I'm
And I'm
going
live.
live. Let me make sure my mic capture's on. It's capturing my audio.
Mine's on too. Perfect.
Okay, hold on.
So it looks like I'm live.
Oh, yeah, it looks like I'm live too. Let me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fall of clown shoes. We are doing a double stream. So we are streaming on both Vertanga's channel and my channel.
Yes,
Uh,
it is me, Fratanga. I don't know why I'm introducing myself when I'm streaming on my end. So, Alex, you introduce me and I'll introduce you.
okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Mexican friend.
Oh, always got to bring up the heritage.
Well, and we how did we meet each other? By the way, was it through Top Hats?
It was through. It must have been through Top Hats. This was back when like the PC gaming videos were super popular, and
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
So I
rising
think
up.
that's
I was
I think
rising
that's
up.
what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Let me know if the chat can hear me. I want to make sure we're still audible. So
I have my replay going on right here on my phone. We got 40 people here on my end,
okay, yeah, it's live. Okay, perfect.
and
So I can hear myself
I
and
don't see
everything's
them
fine.
complaining about any audio issues.
Good, me
Frit
either.
needs
So
to turn up his mic a bit. I was sitting far from my mic, guys. That's all it was. Actually, maybe my mic is low. Hold on.
could be.
No. The yesterday I was. Oh my god! Already a super chat. I'm gonna read super chats at the end, you guys,
That's fine. That's fine.
and I'm not reading that one. Okay, it's for a very specific reason.
So what? So Bond says he can hear me. Perfect. Can you hear Vertanga too, Bond? Just want to make sure.
Oh, I want him to definitely hear me.
Oh, we're on it. Okay, so let me be clear about all of this first. Okay.
All right.
All right. So Bond, can you hear Vertanga too? Just want to make sure.
Yes,
Let
I
me be
can hear
clear.
Fratanga.
Let me
Thou
clear about it.
shall
Let me be
reject virgin
clear
loser
about all of
mad.
this stuff too. All right, because everybody has different concepts and things about what's going on.
Mm.
Bond and I are not really fighting. Okay, that's the first thing. We're just having mom and dad are having a disagreement, and dad is right. Okay, that's really what's going
Uh-huh.
on.
Oh, I agree.
Um,
I agree 100%
so
with you, Alex.
so first of all, first things first, we're not going to spread like crazy bullshit shit like around. We're just going to argue his points. Although
Mm.
clown shoes will be my insult towards him. This is all just for fun, and this is good discussion because here it comes with the ability to talk about these kinds of things in different ways. So Bond's perspective is his perspective, even though he's wrong. It's
Mm-hmm.
his perspective, and I'll give him that. So this isn't really like everyone likes to make drama. This isn't drama. So
I disagree with you, Alex. I think he's
okay,
just purposefully being a contrarian. Like, I think he's just going pro Epic anti Steam just because it makes him different. He probably like deep down inside doesn't even agree with his own beliefs. I think he's just being dumb. That's my perspective anyway. I think he's just being he's being a contrarian on purpose.
all right.
Honestly,
Well,
I
we'll
do.
we'll see. We'll see with his video that he has here. It is 45 minutes of I don't know what. Um,
I'll try and take it easy. I still have a little soy residue in me from that stream I did last night.
you
So
do have quite a bit of soy still in you. I don't
yeah,
know.
that soy got stuck all over my mic. It crusted up my mic. It was cutting out at the end.
Yeah, that's a lot of soy. Okay, so let's get started with this video.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I was told that Bond threw shots at me, which
Mm-hmm.
I find it kind of funny of having a 45-minute live stream dedicated to me prolapsing his anus on Twitter for the last 2 weeks. So we're gonna go with that, and
Okay.
I'm gonna click play.
Okay.
Let's
Oh, hold
see.
on, wait, before we start, people saying my mic is
Oh,
too quiet.
on
Uh,
your mic or mine?
mine. Let me
Okay.
make sure I'm adjusting everything. All the audio on my end is fine. The levels should be fine. I want to just make sure that it's all fixed up so nobody misses out on Daddy Frit spanking
Mm,
Black Bond. Um,
a little bit of spanking going on tonight.
oh, not yeah, a lot of spanking. Yeah, Mike's
Thank
slightly
you to the.
quieter. Um, hold on. Let's adjust this real quick. Uh, sorry for everyone. Like I came here like not. I mean, me and Alex planned this like 2 hours ago, But as I showed up home and was getting ready for the stream, I went to go check on my chickens, and 2 of the turkeys had just massacred 2 of the hens, and there was like blood everywhere. And I was like, what? I was like, how did the turkeys break into the hens side of the what? So I was like, How about now, guys? How's that mic volume now? Let's see. Yeah, turn it up a bit. Not a big deal. Yeah, Fritz mic is slightly quieter. Who's the dominant parent? They're asking you that, Alex.
Me.
BlackB0nd is the largest fall from grace I have seen from any. Good morning, hello. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and start anyway.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. All right, let's go ahead and
press play.
All right, you started.
Oh no, you press play.
Okay.
Let's listen.
What is going on, people? It's been a long time since a live stream, and quite honestly, I had to go back to the legacy version of YouTube because I could not figure out how to do it under the new thing.
So I literally figured out how to do it in 5 minutes.
Well, remember, Alex, this guy, he's a veteran PC gamer with more knowledge than me and you.
I am literally using the new streaming setup, and it literally guides you step by step on how to set up a stream in the new studio. I did it in literally 30 seconds, and I was waiting the whole time. So we are starting off to a raucous 20 seconds in of BlackB0nd not knowing how to manipulate a website. So here we go. We're already.
I did watch your takedown of him when you were trying to get him to play Metal Gear and he couldn't figure out how to use a fucking emulator, and I was cringing so hard watching that. I was like, no.
No. Okay. All right, so already Bond cannot operate anything that does not have RGBs attached. So we're already off to a great start.
Oh, people are like, they already hear his cheap mic on BlackB0nd's video. They already hear the cheapness of the mic.
Set up a hangout, but regardless of which, we are here. We are here to talk about Valve. We are here to talk about Steam. We are here to talk about competition, which there is none right now because my Phillies are up 10-1 against the Mets. But we are here tonight to talk about why Steam and Valve's complacency will throw on their fan base too. Will give rise to the Epic Games Store. So, sit back, relax, hit the favorite button.
I got a couple of beers.
Like it, share it, get more people in because I want to have a conversation with people.
Oh,
and already we have guys like Powerful Aurora. Bond has the worst take on the Epic Games Store from his Twitter feed. And already we have idiots and social rejects and damage controllers.
Can you pause?
Damage control has entered the.
All right, I need to address this social reject thing.
I wanted to address it too. Can I just real quick? Mine's just like 5 seconds. Like,
go right ahead.
See, look, I thought one of the myth for the longest time is that soy doesn't affect black guys, but like it seems like BlackB0nd.
Oh, what the fuck are you doing?
He's heavily affected by soy. Like he's so masculine, right? And soy won't do anything. I thought soy was only like a white boy joke, right? But BlackB0nd looks like he's been taking soy.
So I'm going to have to stop him on the entire social reject things because not only does BlackB0nd play Magic the Gathering, he plays Stratego. He makes online streams about video games and storefronts about video games. He's on a podcast every week about video games. He has an avatar.
Is it every week?
Every week, every Sunday. He has an avatar of The Witcher as himself, which is a video game. My boy, I want to be honest with you, Bond. It doesn't matter how much 21-year-old vagina you slay. You are literally and always will be the quintessential social reject because you hide it from everyone because you are ashamed. You cannot come to grips with who you are, therefore you hide behind a masked veil of being in your mid-30s and still going to clubs where 20 and 21-year-old people party. You are the old guy at the club officially. Continue. You might as well just stay home from now on because you're done. You have no backing on calling anyone a social reject or a virgin when you yourself have virgin tendencies that you are hiding from everybody else. You're done.
A lot of people say Bond is secretly hiding a lot of, he's secretly, he's a little, how can I put it, a little posh. He's a little out there, and he wants to hide it, So he's got to take a picture kissing a girl in a club from years ago, and save it as his Twitter header.
You know what? Be excited that you're meeting people, that you're having fun, that you're being social, you're having fantastic intercourse with other individuals, consensually, I hope, and making sure that you're happy with everyone. But when you literally come home and you reply a tweet to me with a Magic the Gathering card as a response, my guy, you are literally the social reject. You might as well tip your fedora and I'll hand you your brand new katana, because, milady, you will fight for her honor. I guarantee it.
I just want to say, Alex, people in my chat are saying this isn't a roasting. This is a goddamn massacre.
So let's continue.
Blocked after this. Well, I'm already blocked, but you'll probably be blocked after this.
All right. So Bond, all right, look, I got to do something, because every time you say something, it's showing up as like, I have to show your tweet, your responses. So if you're talking in the chat, I will have to click show. So give me a minute if your stuff doesn't show up. Bond replies in chat, Alex, you said you'd fuck a hot tranny. You need to, it's too fast. You need to stop. Listen, Blair White is hotter than 90% of the girls you actually do take home. So I don't know what you're talking about, first of all.
My God.
Second of all,
Jesus.
Second of all,
Take it easy, Alex. You're destroying him, please.
Second of all, like, fucking a fat girl's like riding a moped. You know what I mean? It's fun when nobody. So.
Take it easy, Alex.
Hold it down. Okay, hold it down. Let's continue.
The ring. Damage control has entered the ring. So take a minute. Get situated.
I got
grab your
the beer.
Snacks, grab your drinks, grab your cookies, grab your milk. Congratulate Blandrew.
Men don't drink milk,
because Blandrew has been invited into the weapon wheel DM. He's got one foot in the door. Will he get a second one in? I don't know. But let's start out and talk about what the Epic Game Store is. It is a store created by Epic.
Not really a store. Clearly
in response to Apple taking 30% of Epic's cut of Fortnite.
Wait.
Whoa. I don't...
I don't know where that came from.
I've never heard about that.
Well, basically what was going on was that, from my understanding, I know Fortnite is on iPhones.
Okay.
But from what I heard was that, and I could be totally wrong about this, is that Fortnite decided to go their own route on Google Play Store. Mm-hmm. Instead of getting it from the Play Store, you have to get on your Android phone and download it from their site to then play it on your Android phone.
Really?
Because they didn't like the cut from Google, even though it's the same cut from Apple. So I don't know why they would play ball with Apple, but they wouldn't play ball with Google. I'm guessing because they can subvert Google, since Google's an open platform. And Apple is closed, and so you have to deal with Apple when you're doing anything on their product line.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that is what he means.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just give him like, okay, yeah, I guess that's a point, but I don't even understand how that would be anything to do with what's going on right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And why should anybody as popular as Epic and as popular the game like Fortnite give up 30% of their revenue for Apple literally doing absolutely nothing? So what do?
I just explained why.
Host the game themselves on their own store, the Epic Game Store. So that way they are not giving up the 30% cut to Apple or to Android or whoever.
Okay. So he doesn't even know what he's talking about.
I think he's half-assing it. Like he's like
he doesn't. He has like half information. It's Google. It's Google that they didn't put it on the Play Store, not Apple. They literally put it on the Apple Store, not on the Google Store, because they can subvert the Google Store.
So like
so literally right now they have to play ball with Apple. They have to give Apple that 30%.
2 minutes into it. Well, like 2 minutes and 24 seconds into it.
And he's wrong.
And he's already wrong. And Alex, like you could look. Alex, I saw your back and forth with him on Twitter, and like I was eating popcorn. I was having a great time. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Watching Daddy Alex just spank BlackB0nd, right? It was great, but like no matter how many, like I posted a tweet, you know, Bond could look at the sky and he'd look at some scientists and he'd be like, why isn't the sky red? And the scientists would be like, well, here's a long explanation, scientific explanation why isn't the sky red? Make it red. That's Bond. Like he's like,
right, let's continue. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what he says. So, whew.
Likewise, I'm thinking, if we're gonna make our own store, our own game, and we got all this money coming in, why not expand and make our own store and segue and leverage this insane 85 million people or however many people are playing Fortnite and leverage them onto a gaming store on PC.
Okay.
Sounds like a...
Do you want... Or you can pause whenever you want.
Sounds like a...
Okay.
Smart...
Honestly, most of the people playing Fortnite on the Epic Store are probably not going to shop on the Epic Store for other games. Like, most of them are there for fucking Fortnite, and once Fortnite, you know, once its popularity's gone, I don't think Fortnite's ever going to die, but it's definitely eventually going to be a fraction of its player base. I don't know what its player base is now, but they're not going to stick around on the Epic Store because most of their fucking games were already on Steam to begin with. So I don't know. It just seems like a strange move. By
the Epic Games. So the Epic Games Store wasn't a thing until I guess recently, but the Epic Launcher has been around for quite some time because they were doing Unreal Tournament on the Epic Launcher. So I even had the Epic Launcher on my PC when they were doing Unreal Tournament until they stopped doing it altogether. So it isn't even the fact that like they had that the store. So for me, the store isn't the problem, right? The Epic Game Store isn't the issue. The issue is what Epic is doing to the PC platform. That's the issue, right? So when you have something like Epic and you have the 80 million users, I think it was some kind of stat where it's like 70% of the people that have the Epic Games Launcher don't have Steam.
Really?
I think it was something like that. Yeah, like I have to look it up.
But I mean, is that number also counting the console user base as well, or
I think it does? Yeah.
Okay, because like already a huge chunk of them are on consoles, right? So that number's already starting to kind of look a little unimpressive to me. You know, not as impressive to me. But anyway,
I mean, when you think about it, when you have 90 million PS4s out there, and then Fortnite is a free game. I mean, if I were a PS4 owner, I would totally get Fortnite on my PS4. I mean, I am a PS4 owner, but like if that's all I played and it's a free game, totally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and you don't have to pay for the online to play it too, correct? Yeah, so it make a lot.
You
more
do, no,
sense.
you do. You got to pay for the online for Sony now.
Fucking bullshit, really?
No, for free to play games, you don't. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. No,
I'll
but
get
for
corrected.
Fortnite, you don't have to pay.
For Fortnite, you don't have to play online.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
For games that are not free to play, that's where Sony's like totally winning against Xbox. Absolutely.
Xbox,
100%.
You do have to pay to play Fortnite, I believe, yes.
Yeah, which is really crazy. All right, let's continue. So, you know, the Epic Store has been around for a while. They were giving cuts to people that were making content for Unreal Tournament, stuff like that. But still, the majority of people that have the Epic Store launcher don't have Steam because they only care about Fortnite.
Yeah.
So once Fortnite's done, what is Epic going to do?
Well, I think that's why the Epic Store is there, correct? Is they want basically they want to continue making money. Because, I mean, I doubt they're going to be able to make the next most popular game in the world ever again.
I know that they're making another game that they've got developers for a new game, which I think they should do.
You know, I just don't know why they never went down the Blizzard route, right? The Blizzard route being that Blizzard made World of Warcraft, and then after that they're like, oh shit, you know, let's start making StarCraft, let's start making Overwatch, let's start making our own fucking games and nothing else, really. And that's why we have our own client.
Let's continue this.
Fucking genius.
Business deal, and I got to admit, it is a smart business deal. Unlike people like Discord, who are trying to leverage losers talking over the internet. But I digress.
Fuck off, Bond, you dumbass.
Hold on, wait a
Game
minute.
Store.
I'm gonna take out the machine gun. All right, call me Machine Gun Kelly.
I just want to before you continue. I just want to let everyone here on the stream know, Alex is ripping harder into Bond than I am. I believe me, I want to rip into Bond, but Alex is on the more factual side, so I'm gonna go ahead and just let him.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. Okay, if you want a podcast that uses Discord, that has face cams, that has actual content, that provides you with great entertainment and speaks about video games consistently every Thursday at 8:30 a.m. I'm sorry, 8:30 p.m., then you tune in to the Press Start podcast on Press Start Kofi's channel. That's what you do. So if you're on Fertanga's channel, the hundreds of people watching right now, if you want a great podcast that talks about video games, that uses Discord, that has all these great features, that has a soundboard, that has a tons of work, effort, and love poured into it by Kofi every single week. The man constantly works super hard all the time to bring you great content. That's what you watch. If you want a trash podcast that only uses Google Hangouts, no face cams, no soundboards, no layouts, no nothing, and tries to copy Press Start podcast every single week but fails at every single attempt, then you go ahead and you watch Weapon Wheel. Because that's what BlackB0nd is. And we know that just by BlackB0nd being there, it's absolute garbo.
Yeah, that podcast is a shouting match. Like every day, like I can't sit through more than 10 minutes of their fucking podcast. And even when I got invited on, like people were like, "Oh, that's a shit podcast. You do not want to be on that thing." Like,
so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little self shameless plug because Kofi works super hard every single week, and you should definitely watch that podcast just for him.
All right,
let's keep going.
Sure. I don't know who really likes it because I don't. And let me repeat myself for you idiots that are watching that keep saying I'm damage controlling for this. The Epic Game Store, I don't know who really likes it, but I don't. I don't like it. I don't care for it. The fact that it's yet another client and one that lacks features combined with the realization that I just want to use Steam. I just want to use Steam. I don't want another client. Yes, I'm lazy. I'm going to admit it. I am lazy. I don't want to set up another client. I'm not going to cry and complain and make the excuse as too much work while I spend hours and hours troubleshooting a PC or building a PC. But I'd rather just have my games on Steam.
Ladies and gentlemen,
oh god,
we got him.
This guy, does he not? Does he? He didn't think twice about what he was saying, did he? He just blabbered and.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna pack it up. We're done. It's been a great stream of 23 minutes. Have a wonderful day.
We could just end it there.
We could just end it right there.
But Alex, I know you gotta
Holy
flex.
shit.
I know you gotta flex those sexy biceps. I know you're not
Oh,
gonna let it go
man.
that easily.
So let's. I don't even know what to say to that. He literally just destroyed his own argument.
He's a fucking hell. You know, I titled my stream "BlackB0nd the Fake PC Gamer." Fake PC Gamer is a quote that I got from Blackbuster Critic. You know, he would make his videos like, "This is a fake PC gamer."
Oh, he's great.
Oh yeah,
I wish him the best.
I miss him. Bond is a fucking fake PC. I mean, I watched your one-on-one. It wasn't really a one-on-one, but I watched that Press Start podcast where you were going.
That was terrible.
You were going back and forth with him on the Epic Games Store, and you're just like, Bond, you are not a real PC gamer. You just know how to put RGB on a case.
So that podcast, everybody's like, "Oh, you did so terribly. You did so terribly."
You didn't. You did fantastic.
So here's the thing. I felt I did terribly because I literally watched someone that I thought was pro-consumer literally dying in front of my eyes. I watched someone who has made countless videos talking about the anti-consumer practices of loot boxes. Countless. I've watched someone who has fought against that side by side with me, turning around and literally asking for a monopolization of an open platform. Right in front of my eyes. It was terrible. But let's continue.
I mean, you straight up called him a retard to his face on that stream. And when you did that, my heart.
It wasn't even just that. It was what really killed me inside was when he wanted to upload his computer's registry to the cloud, and I literally put my head in my hands at that very moment, and I said, "Motherfucker, you want to put your registry in the cloud?"
Alex.
And he goes, "Yeah, if it'll make it more secure." I don't think he even knows what regedit is.
Oh God. You're dealing with the guy, Alex, that when you give him a correct way to do something, he will do it the incorrect way just to be against you. You know? Like you gave him a way to play Metal Gear, right? And he was so invested on his belief that Metal Gear was trash and that Kojima was trash that he purposefully played it bad. And
Bond hates Metal Gear so much, he actually watched all the cutscenes of every single game after he played Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, he hates Nintendo so much too, don't forget. Like he hates Nintendo so much when he lost a bet and had to buy a Wii U, he smashed it on a YouTube video.
I remember that. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're only 4 minutes in. Okay. Yeah, we're going off track.
Not a big deal. But that's me. I hear you, Holy. I'll get you in later at the end. But, lo and behold, Epic Games launches the Epic Games Store, and all of a sudden games are becoming either exclusive or timed exclusive to the Epic Games Store.
Which is a problem.
Definitely
it's happening.
Is.
I'm not going to lie. I have no problem waiting for these games because I prefer Steam. I don't have a problem waiting for a Borderlands, waiting for an Outer Worlds, waiting for a Red Dead 2 if it's rumored.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him again. We got him again.
Why the fuck did he stream for 45 minutes defending, I don't know what? So okay. He's okay with them coming to Steam. He's okay with waiting. What is your position, Bond? I'm so fucking confused now.
Well, let's keep going. For number one. So, all right. So there's 78 people in my chat. I'm giving everybody a pass right now. But if I see a lot of like homophobic shit, you're gonna get timed out. If you do it again, you're gonna get blocked. Just giving you a heads up.
78 people are. Yeah. I wonder if some of them are my viewers headed over there.
Probably, but people are saying some homophobic ass shit. Look.
Homophobic stuff, really? That must be Bond fans.
Let's be real. Look, y'all can say some shit to me, that's fine. But if y'all start saying some off the cuff shit like crazy stuff like that, I'm gonna put you in timeout.
Yeah, no, nobody.
Do it again.
Stuff like that.
If you do it again, I'm gonna have to block you. And I don't want to block you. I'm not Black Bond. I don't want to block you. Come on.
I'm surprised you haven't. His real name is Block Bond. Alex,
I'm not going to block him. No. I mean, I'm only going to, I've only blocked people that have, dropped the N-word at me. Or they've been, really fucking.
Why would they drop it at you? That doesn't make any sense.
Know. I don't fucking know. Let's continue.
Waiting for a Detroit Become Human. But the problem occurs if, let's say, something like MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries comes out on the Epic Games Store. Or another game I really want to play comes out on the Epic Games Store, and it's not on Steam. Well, then guess what? I'm playing the game MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, my most anticipated game of the year.
That's a great game.
I don't believe that...
Well, it's a great series.
Wow, I forgot its name, but Cyberpunk is coming out this year. If that is the case,
then
guess what?
Not.
I'm playing
he said it's not.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to wait 6 months. And I know if I feel that way about MechWarrior 5, there are other people that feel that way about Borderlands. There are other people that feel that way about Outer Worlds. There are other people that feel that way about possibly Red Dead Redemption 2. There are other people that aren't as patient, that don't play one game at a time like I do.
which is true, and that's who
I
they're
have
going to
plenty of
capitalize
games
on.
to play. It's not going to kill me to wait 6 months. I have Switch games to play. I've got PlayStation 4 games to play. I still have games I want to get to on Steam.
Yeah.
It won't kill me.
Okay.
But a game like MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, yeah, that's where I'm drawing the line. Right then and there.
So he's exactly who Epic is after, you know?
Totally. That's exactly who Epic is after.
What they're doing is they're playing a game of patience with consumers. Basically, like, you know you want it. Come on.
That's really what it is. And I think I made the tweet where it was like, I can guarantee you that Red Dead Redemption 2, excuse me, will be on the Epic Store first. Or I would even bet to say that Red Dead Redemption 2 will be exclusive to the Epic Store completely.
Oh, I think it's going to be as well.
I wouldn't
put it above Rockstar.
2K, yeah.
I wouldn't put it above Rockstar to do some bullshit like that. I mean, these are the guys that wanted to get rid of modding.
Well, when you think about like because Valve does take a percentage of every time there's a microtransaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I could totally see that happening on the Epic Game Store too, if they were just like, you know what, we're not going to do it.
But like,
so yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you something, Alex. Right? How long do you personally believe Epic Game Store can continue to live off such a shortcut? I honestly don't think they would last. Man, maybe 3 years.
It depends. It depends how long Fortnite lasts. To be very honest, I mean they are backed by Tencent, so that is a big thing. I think Tencent owns 40%.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have a lot of coffers if they need to, but I think they should use those coffers to really provide competition,
make their own games, and also improve their storefront.
Totally. I mean, if you came to me and you were like, look, here are the games that Epic has made. We're going to bring back Unreal Tournament. We're going to bring back all these other games. We're going to also add more Fortnite stuff. We're going to add all these new development studios that are going to be under us. We're going to do all this great stuff for everything else, and we're just going to just really do something for not just the developers, but also the publishers and the customers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a win-win situation. No one would be mad at Epic.
Oh, yeah,
because if they're doing all that stuff for everybody, then it'd be like, great, we need this.
Yeah.
Like I totally believe we need competition against Steam. We absolutely do.
I do too.
And,
I absolutely believe.
And I think that's where people are getting confused, because my issue is that Epic is not actually competing; they're monopolizing, and that's the problem. Right?
Everybody keeps telling me, most of the Epic defenders. That's what I call them. I don't believe in like Steam fanboys or Epic fanboys. I think there's just apologists for both sides, because like when Steam does something shitty, people will support it and defend it just so they can be against Epic, and when Epic does something shitty, people will defend it just so they can be against Steam. That kind of bullshit. Yeah. It's just apologists and defenders. Fuck! I already lost track of what I was gonna say because I went over. I went over to your chat to see what's going on in your chat, and I'm like, oh.
All right, let's keep going then.
So the issue is, not everybody's like me, but again, some will not want to wait.
True.
So let's identify the issue here at hand. Let's identify the core issue, the core problem.
Mm-hmm.
Big name games are coming to the Epic Store.
Yeah.
And not Steam.
Sure.
People can cry and complain that this does not annoy them, that this does not upset them, but if it doesn't upset them, they wouldn't be talking about it.
Wait, who's saying it doesn't upset them? It upsets me.
But the reason people are crying and complaining is because it is upsetting.
Who's Bond exactly talking about, right?
I think he's just making that up. He's just making that up.
I don't know anyone who hasn't talked about the Epic Store without admitting that they're upset about it. I'm clearly upset about it. You are, we wouldn't be talking about it if we weren't upset about it. So that just seems like an unrealistic person. I have yet to meet someone who's like, I don't care about the Epic Game Store and I'm gonna cry about it.
But I think people aren't upset about the Epic Game Store existing. They're upset about the fact that the Epic Game Store is literally buying out a timed exclusive.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what people are upset about. Like, it isn't that it exists, because nobody's mad at GOG.
No, yeah.
Nobody's mad at Humble Bundle. Nobody's mad at Battle.net. Nobody's mad at Origin.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's mad at fucking... All right, hold on. Wait, somebody talk shit about Blackbuster Critic? Yeah, get blocked.
What did they say about Blockbuster Critic?
I'm not even gonna repeat it. He's just getting blocked.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They didn't go.
You don't talk shit about Blockbuster Critic in this channel. Fuck off. All right, continue.
Blockbuster Critic's a fucking saint. I love him.
All right, here we go.
Big name games are coming to the Epic Store as timed exclusive or exclusive and not to Steam. That is the issue. That is the problem.
Okay, pause. Sorry,
don't
just real quick thing. He's basically pulling off a Colt Eastwood. He's already telling us what we know, and he's taking forever to get to his own points. So, continue.
Well, the thing is, it isn't even that the fact that the games are going not on Steam. It's the fact that they're being pulled from Steam, and they're being pulled because they're just throwing fast stacks of cash.
Oh yeah, no. I wonder, because it's just weird for a series to exist on Steam for years, and then all of a sudden, poof, it's not going to exist on Steam anymore.
I wouldn't even care about existing on Steam for years. My thing is, give me the ability to buy the game where I want to buy the game.
Well, no. What I meant by my problem with it existing on Steam for years and then suddenly not being there is that the library is now divided between two platforms.
Yeah, but see, even then that doesn't matter to me because I can always add a non-Steam game to my library.
Well, yeah, you can go back.
So for me, like, I don't even care, right? It doesn't matter for me, like, where all my games are because I have a ton of games on GOG that I've added to Steam. I've got all my emulated games that I added onto Steam. My Battle.net games are there. My Origin games are there. I still use Steam all the time. I just have the other launchers there if I need them.
Right.
But my issue is you didn't give me a choice, right? These aren't games that you developed as Epic. These are games that you just bought a temporary time limit on. You know, that's where I have the big problem. But let's continue.
All right.
And anybody's comments, I will read them at the end. I want everybody to be able to comment on this topic. Unban those comments or whatever. That is the problem. That is the issue. So we're all in agreement. Myself and everyone included, whether you're as dumb as Alex and everybody else who thinks that this is the opposite of what I think.
Okay.
Keep going.
But the problem is we all want to play these games on Steam, and they aren't coming to Steam. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Hood out, yeah, you can be banned. Sorry. My bad, mods. You made a good call there. So again, that's the problem. So now we've identified the problem, the issue. Let's identify the cause. Epic Games Store split is 88-12. 88 to developers and publishers, and 12% for Epic.
Why is he hammering?
Steam, on the other hand, gives a 70-30 split, which is a difference of 18%.
Yeah.
There are deals in place where the publisher has zero cost on the Epic Store. I gather that these deals are made for some sort of exclusivity. Select titles can even be funded for 1 year of exclusive deals. All DLC on the Epic Games Store, as of now, as of today, I don't know if it will change or when it will change, goes 100% to the developer and the publisher.
Yeah, go ahead.
He doesn't think that's gonna be abused as fuck. Like they're gonna
totally.
Abuse that. They're gonna abuse that like fucking crazy, Bon. Like if developers like, oh wait, we get 100% of DLC. Now we kind of have an incentive. We have an incentive now to basically rip chunks of a game out, which makes me wonder, like makes me a little cautious of Borderlands 3 and how they're going to approach with that game. I wonder if they're going to abuse this whole DLC deal like crazy, because to me, Epic Game Store is giving a lot of leeway to developers and publishers to basically do whatever the fuck they want because they're that desperate to start building their platform, and it just seems like the most anti-consumer bullshit.
And that's the thing. Like, I honestly have applauded Epic about giving an 88-12. I think it's unbelievable. I think it's fucking perfect. I think 88-12 is where things should be. Now, my issue isn't with the 88-12. My issue is with the stack of cash that they're giving up front to publishers for that exclusivity. That's my problem, right? It's because if you give 88-12 to the publisher, right, you could give a bigger cut of discounts right off the bat, day one, for day one purchases on the Epic Game Store for your customers. Because so far, all of these discounts, all of these changes, everything that they've done with Epic has not been for the customer in any way, shape, or form. It's all been for the publisher and the developer. And I get it. Look, developers have to get paid. I'm not denying that, right?
Yeah.
They work incredibly hard jobs. They work super long hours. Sometimes they don't even get paid overtime. They don't even get bonuses.
Hours. There's a lot of crunch hours going on.
It's all a bunch of crap they have to fucking deal with, right?
Did you get a chance to read that whole article about the fiasco with Anthem and its development process?
No, I haven't, but I need to get into that.
Read into that. Okay.
But this idea that I'm somehow against, the Epic Store and what they're doing. It's not the cut that I'm against. It's not them supporting developers. It's not them giving a bigger cut to publishers and them, because totally, I mean, that would be a fantastic way of them to not add microtransactions in the games if they get a bigger cut from the storefronts. That'd be awesome. Mm-hmm. But you don't have an 8812 on consoles. You have 7030.
Oh yeah.
You don't have an 8812 on Steam. It's 7030. You have a 9010 on Discord, and you have an 8812 on Epic. If the cut was the problem, then people would be going to Discord Nitro. Because it's 9010.
Oh, fuck, Alex. You connected things I couldn't. That's...
If the cut was the problem...
You're bringing up a very, very good point, actually.
If the cut of revenue was the problem, people would be on Discord as 9010 for Nitro. It wouldn't be on Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store is a problem because they're handing a giant stack of cash to that publisher and saying, you're on us for a year first, and we'll give you this money so you don't have to worry about it, even if you lose sales in games. So even if you don't sell as much on the Epic Game Store, we're covering that loss. Here you go.
Hold on. Are you theorizing this, or do you think this, or is this legit what's going on?
This is what I'm theorizing, right? Because if I was a business and I would say, okay, I need people on my games, people's games on my storefront and not Steam's to get them to move over here purposely, I can supply that cash because I have Fortnite. I have the coffers for it. Here is a giant stack of cash. Go ahead and put it on my game store. This is going to cover whatever loss you'll think you'll have off Steam, and we'll give you 8812 on top.
So basically, developers are going there for a payday.
Publishers are.
Publishers, they're going there for like an easy payday.
They're going there for a short-term payday. That's literally what it is.
Because, what permanently locked exclusives are there on Epic Games Store currently?
None. It's all timed.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't make sense to stay locked permanently.
They're all going to fucking release on Steam afterwards.
Because what they're doing is they're just covering those first few weeks of launch on the PC platform. So they're avoiding what they consider quote-unquote piracy. They're avoiding loss of sale. They're avoiding any risk. And they're just getting a fat stack of cash from Epic. So they're just saying, okay, cool, fuck it. Even if we don't sell as much, we're still going to sell because we're going to have this money as a backup, and then we'll still put it on Steam and make money there because they're the bigger storefront.
Also, people do tend to double dip. I mean, I honestly do believe
that
people would buy it again on Steam just so they could play it with their friends on Steam. Like people would totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's probably why Valve's not even sweating, honestly. I don't know. Well, okay, continue.
All right, let's keep going.
Meaning that the Epic Game Store makes no money on DLC sold. And we know how much
I don't know if that's true.
DLC makes. That's a huge incentive right there.
So I can't just be like this wrong.
This is why this issue is happening. Epic is offering very good, savvy business financial incentives for developers who want to put their games onto the Epic Game Store as opposed to Steam.
Agreed.
Now we have clowns, lames, and losers and corporate shills of Valve and Steam saying that this is bribery, that this is illegal. No, it's not bribery.
No, it's not bribery or illegal.
It's not illegal.
And
this is what
I don't think we've ever. You and I have not said that, so we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Real world calls.
People are like,
business.
how did you get a college professor on stream? He's a college professor that's ripped, by the way.
Oh Jesus! No, I'm not.
You're ripped, Alex.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
And for anybody saying, "Oh, but why can't Epic play fair?" Is it really fair how GOG has to go up against Steam? Is it really fair the mountain that Origin or Uplay or any other software service on PC has to go on this endless, out of control, impossible uphill battle against Valve. Is
Yes.
that a fair fight?
Yes.
No, it's not. So I don't want to hear about that.
Wait, what?
This whole notion that it's not.
What did he?
It literally is a fair fight in every way. And the beautiful thing about GOG is that GOG is DRM free. So you literally get the best versions of every game when you buy it on GOG.
They also have the best refund policy, I believe.
Origin has the best refund policy, crazy enough.
Is it Origin? What?
30 fucking days.
God, that's so much better than fucking Steam. Steam sucks.
Right?
Steam's refund policy. So I've bought games on Steam that, like, you know,
First 2 weeks of purchase.
I've had issues with them. No, this was back when there was a 2-hour. I think it was like a 2-hour refund policy. And like it was 2 hours. I was trying to get the game to work, and it wouldn't work. And I was like, "Okay, Steam, I want to refund this." Like, "Oh no, you've logged 2 hours on this game." I'm like, "Wait, just opening it up counts as logging hours into the fuck?"
Totally, it's an hour. Yeah, it's
there
logged.
There needs to be a better tracking system for actually logging gameplay, and also it needs to be capped much higher than that. Because that's bullshit.
EA has the best refund policy. Think about that. Fucking Electronic Arts
Get your shit
has
together,
the best.
Valve. No, Alex, but we're Valve fanboys. We can't be talking bad about Valve.
Whoa. You mean how Valve just only got refunds because they were put up by the EU to get them in the first place? People have been asking them for years. Mm-hmm. The only reason we got them was because of the EU? What? You mean how Valve just recently put up like pricing in other nations and other currencies because of the fact that they weren't doing that before? Mm-hmm. What? Like, there are major issues with Steam that are still not addressed.
Obviously, yeah.
But hey, we're Valve fanboys.
We're Valve fanboys.
Even though we completely agree that EA has the best, Battle.net has some of the best fucking two-step verification. Mm-hmm. GOG has some of the best sales and best circumstances for games being DRM free. But no. Listen.
But when it comes to when we bring up Epic, we have nothing to really compliment Epic on. You know, I mean, besides the share that they give, you know, their take. The percentage cut, that's about it. But even then, it's it's not permanent. They even told the publishers themselves, this cut's not.
It's not going to be permanent, and that's where the problem is going to come back. But let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Fair on Valve's part or on Epic's part. It's called business, people. Whether you like it or hate it, it is what it is. You're going to have to accept it. Well, actually, no, you don't have to accept it.
Okay.
But you have to accept.
Good job retracting that. Good job retracting that.
So you literally don't have to accept it by not buying the game on Epic Store. Simple.
Bond's not going to do that, though, Alex. Bond
can't wait.
He has no self-control.
Self-control.
So I don't... Okay, this guy confused me.
So, we've identified the issue at hand. That we want the games on Steam. Even if they're on the Epic Game Store, we want the games on Steam. We've identified
them everywhere.
Why this issue is happening. Epic Game Store is giving out lucrative incentives and developer-friendly incentives to put their game on the Epic Game Store platform. So, what is the solution? What is the solution to this problem?
Epic plays ball and
Epic's causes of the problem. Well, I'll tell you what the solution isn't. And that's crying to developers, publishers,
pause, Alex.
And Epic Games that the games aren't coming to Steam. Money talks and bullcrap walks. The more...
All right, we'll stop there. Go ahead.
He made me wait 11 minutes for that? Really?
We made the chat wait 48, so I don't know.
Sorry, chat, but... no, 48 minutes on our end, but in his video, 11 minutes just to say that. Don't cry about it.
This whole idea of like you can't do anything about it. Literally, I can choose to not give them my money. Simple.
Oh my god, this was stupid. This is
simple.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying. I've already I've put myself over.
And of course, as a consumer, I'm going to complain to the publishers and developers. Absolutely. What other recourse besides not buying it do I have? So I'm also going to not buy it, and I'm going to complain because in the state of capitalism, Black Bond, there's one statement that rings true no matter what, and that is the customer is always right. Even if they're wrong, they're always right.
Right, but
that's what you don't understand.
Yeah.
So let's keep going and see what else he says.
Or you cry and complain that a game isn't on Steam, the more Epic is gonna keep scooping games up. The more you cry and complain you can't play this game on Steam, the more Epic is gonna keep doing this because they want you to break. They want to put as many games as you're complaining about
you've admitted that
you can't play on Steam onto the Epic Game Store.
Pause. Sorry.
Because eventually there's going to be a game where you want to play that you can't.
Okay. All right. I just really wanted to pause there because honestly, people who are not happy with what the Epic Game Store is doing, but are buying games from there, they're in no position to be upset. Honestly, I mean, they can be upset, but they're in no position to talk because they're actively participating in that market, and they're making it worse for everyone else. Because as long as Epic sees that people are buying from them, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing.
Exactly.
It's not that people are complaining. Like Bond is, he's like, just stop complaining about it, but he's already admitted that he's going to break.
Yeah. So
like,
what they're doing is they're just like with loot boxes, they're hedging their bets that your time is worth more to you than your money. Mm-hmm. That's what they're doing. Just like with loot boxes. It's the exact same concept, but he doesn't understand that. And that's what's so befuddling, is because he feels loot boxes are an issue because they waste your time in order to get your money. Mm-hmm. Well, Epic is literally doing that in front of your face, and you're accepting of this. He is literally nominating himself into the Corporate Slave Awards.
We may have to take that series away from him and do our own, because it would be much better. And
he's literally putting himself into it. He is accepting of loot boxes and that actual theory of how it works.
And he's telling everybody to not complain about it. You know, he's telling us, just shut your mouths. Don't complain about it. Like,
and the thing is, like, I can absolutely compare those two, because what you're doing is you're wasting my time. You're putting a time limit on a game. You're putting a time limit on what I can get in the game. There's still a time limit, and you're abusing my time depending upon whether or not I'm going to break and open up my wallet. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I've already made a note that I'm not buying anything on Epic until they get their shit together. I've already made my oath. Bond, I mean, I'll give him credit. He hasn't put that oath on himself. So, there's that.
He already said he was going to go ahead and buy it on there.
Yeah, he didn't put an oath on himself. So, he you know, we can't really be like, oh, Bond, you know, you're buying on the Epic Game Store, because he didn't put that oath on himself. That's all I have to really say, and that's the only thing I'll give him credit for. But he really can't tell us to shut up and stop complaining about it. Like, he really can't be telling us that.
And the funny thing is, people are like, you're just defending Steam. I'm not defending Steam. I'm defending the consumer and the customer.
Yeah.
Because PC is an open platform, and it should remain open. Having a walled garden makes no sense.
Especially if that... especially when exclusivity on the PC is only temporary, it
How many people were upset about Tomb Raider being time exclusive on consoles?
Dude,
there were articles nonstop about that.
Oh,
but yet, when it's Epic doing it, it's okay. What?
I don't think. Well, he said he's not okay with it. I think he clarified that at the beginning.
So then what is he even arguing for?
That's what I'm wondering. That's why I'm confused. I'm sitting here like, Bond.
Let's keep going. Right. Let's keep going.
Can't wait. It's gonna be your version of my Mech Warrior 5. Is what it is.
Okay.
So you're obviously complaining to the wrong person. Epic offers incentives that the competition does not. Crying about it isn't gonna change anything.
Bullshit.
It's like your favorite athlete, right?
True. Bullshit.
Choosing another team in free agency. The other team offered him more money. So if the other team is offering more money, why would you think he's going to stay with your team when the other team is offering him
this guy doesn't seem to realize deal? What consumer...
Because I'm not buying the athlete, you fucking troglodyte. I'm not buying him. He's an athlete. I'm watching him on a television for free. I'm not spending $60 to buy a piece of him.
That was a terrible
You
analogy.
fucking moron.
That was such a bad analogy.
God, you're like fucking stop.
Oh, God. To everybody who's given super chats, I promise I'll read them at the end. And also, for the people arguing against Danny MC in the chat, just ignore him. Let's talk about what this whole thing that we're doing with Bond. I don't want people taking this guy's bait. He's clearly like, I don't know, a Weapon Wheel fan coming in here.
Hold on. Erica's for the win says she has a rebuttal from me on Press Start Podcast. Alex, I got you. Erica, you just got a GTX 1060 6GB. You need to just sit down, baby girl. I love you. You're not even in the realm, babe.
By the way, Alex, why was everybody there against you on your position? I was so confused when I was watching that podcast. I was like, you know, Kofi's like, Alex, he's like, you have Steam? You're like, yeah, but I use GOG. He's like, yeah, but how many games do you have on GOG? You're like, this many. How many games do you have on Steam?
Because they think the amount of games you have on a certain storefront is dependent upon if you like it or not.
It blew my
I guess
here's where my mind got blown, right? Because when you said when you the comparison of how many games you had on Steam versus GOG came up, he thought that was like a gotcha. I was like, what? Kofi, that just proves that Alex uses another client for its benefits. Like,
correct.
How's that a gotcha? That made no sense.
I guess I like one more than the other.
But liking one more than the other isn't even. Okay, let's continue.
All right, let's keep going.
I don't know if you noticed this or not, but people have bills to pay, mouths to feed, children.
He's singing the
college tuitions to pay.
Okay,
kids' college tuitions to pay, medical bills. They want to live a nice lifestyle. They want to take vacations. They want to be like your boy Bond and go to Chicago, go to Vegas.
Nobody wants to go to Chicago. No, motherfucker, nobody wants to go to Chicago.
I mean, Vegas, yeah, but he goes to Chicago for vacation.
I don't want to catch a 9 of the Dome. I'm not going to Chicago.
I'm going to London this year, right? That seems like a vacation.
Sporting events. They want to have fun.
That's nice.
And live their life to the fullest. And to do that, you need this green thing. It's called money. And when Epic is offering more money,
sure.
When you apply for jobs and one job is offering more money to the other, then guess what, people? It's a common sense solution. You go to where the money is. Yes, there's this thing called consumer loyalty and standing by your fans, but at the end of the day, you got to go where your bills are being paid. So what's the real solution? The real solution is simple. Valve simply needs to make changes under its business model that offset the incentives offered by Epic.
So I'm going to pause it right there.
Go ahead. I'll let you do yours first because I know you have more to say here than I do. Mine's just quick and simple, but you go first.
So his entire argument, from what I've read off Twitter and everything else, is all that Valve has to do is go 8812. Sure. Right? That would be something that would be fantastic. I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that because I think there should be a bigger cut towards the publishers and the devs. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. The problem is that it's not about the cut. The problem is that even if Valve went 8812, that wouldn't solve the problem. Because even Tim Sweeney himself has been quoted with his own tweet that 8812 is not sustainable.
No, it's absolutely not. Like, compared to the rest of the market,
it's not.
That is so
no.
small.
From a business perspective and a revenue point of view, he's quoted as saying it is not sustainable. Yeah, so you can't just go ahead and do 8812. The only reason that they're doing 8812 is because they have that backing from Tencent and all that extra money. Mm-hmm. And they have the ability to do that.
They're operating at a loss practically right now.
They're operating at a major loss. On top of that, the 8812 isn't the problem. The problem is the giant wads of cash being given to publishers up front. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. And then saying, okay, now we're going to lock this game behind our storefront for the 6 months to a year because we gave you this money. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. Because if 8812 was the problem, like I said before, Discord would be where everybody would put their games.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's 90-10.
So I can definitely see how you're coming to that conclusion. There definitely has to be an upfront wad of cash being handed over.
Totally. So not only would Valve have to go 88-12, they would also have to match or be better with a stack of cash that is being provided by Epic.
And they're not going to fucking do that because from a business standpoint, why would you stop making profit for a year just so that your competitor so that publishers publish on your platform and you make no money, just so
correct
that the other competition doesn't do it, because you're not making money. Like
if you look at it from a dollars and cents perspective, you are operating at a massive loss comparative to if you were just to wait and then get the 70-30 at the end, because now you're not giving up that upfront cost and you're not lowering your margin in order for that to occur. So it actually is smarter, since Bond wants to talk about money and he thinks he's so smart. It's actually smarter for Valve to literally do nothing financially and to wait the year, because they have the larger user base, they have the bigger set of fans, they have the people that are dedicated to Steam as much as they feel they are, that will wait. And they will get the 70-30 and then move from there and not have to give that initial bump of cash plus a lower margin.
Yeah.
So Valve is actually honestly doing the right business decision, and Bond does not realize that.
No.
Because if you were running a business, that's what you would do. You would say, well, I cannot afford this amount of money being given plus a lowering of the margin. We can't operate at that model. Therefore, it's better for us just to wait. We'll recoup our costs there, and we'll find other ways of creating revenue throughout that cycle. Because Steam has the ability to generate that revenue through other means. Epic does not. So it literally just debunked his entire argument, because Valve is literally doing it for the money.
See, Alex, I really wish when you were on press start, you would have been able to explain everything like this, but you were constantly laughed over. So it was really hard and very frustrating for me to watch that happen, and you basically the chat shitting on you and not even listening, because right there is a very thorough explanation of this whole situation.
I mean, it's and people are like, "Oh, you're defending Valve." I'm not defending Valve. I'm business reason as to why Valve would not do such a thing.
Oh no, people tried using that on me on Twitter too, right?
And it's like,
I was like, people are like, well, Valve's not lowering its cost. I'm like, well, when you look at it from a business perspective, now you're caring about the company over the consumer. Well, now you're caring about the company's incentive.
It's not even about the company's incentive.
How hypocritical of you for Tenga. I'm like, well, no, if you wanted to talk business, I'm telling you why they probably haven't lowered their cut.
If Bond's argument is about the money, then my rebuttal is literally about the money. That's really it. And I've heard him say things like, "Oh, he's worried about Valve's." I don't give a fuck about Valve's money. I don't care. I'm giving you the mathematical and business decision as to why that Valve would do nothing rather than do something. Literally, that's why.
Yeah, they're in a position where if they do something, it's probably not beneficial.
It's not. That's why
to them anyway.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think a lot of people would be happy if Valve was locking down games the way Epic is doing either. So
I think you would have the same backlash, to be honest.
I think so too.
I think you would have the exact same backlash. And people say, no, you wouldn't. I think you absolutely would, because PC gamers do not give a fuck, dude. Yeah, they do not give a fuck, because they will pirate your shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Real talk.
They will.
They fucking will.
Epic Game Store, make pirating great again.
Let's continue.
All right.
Plain and simple. That's all they need to do. Now, obviously, they don't need to be as aggressive as Epic, because they have the largest home gaming install base on the planet to bargain with. They don't need to offer 100% cuts on their DLC. They don't need to fund people's games. They don't need to spend money to secure exclusives. I'm not for Valve outright paying developers, which will create some console wars BS on the PC.
Okay.
Yet here you are, okay with Epic's decision of doing that.
so he said at the beginning, right, he was not okay with that, but like this entire time he's justifying the whole thing. And
He's justifying Epic's behavior, but then he's lambasting if Valve does it.
so what he's okay, so what the fuck is the solution, Bond?
He has none. His
No,
solution,
he's just talking out of his ass.
his solution is for Valve to try and match the 8812, which we've proven is not going to be financially stable for them because even Tim Sweeney said it's not financially stable.
And even then,
So then,
yeah,
so then what is the solution?
this is why I theorized that Bond is just he's a contrarian. He's basically just
He's just going against the grain.
yeah, he's going against the grain just because he wants to. So, like he does
But
with
Epic is
Sony,
offering
like he does with
an
Sony censorship.
18%
Yeah.
increase, financial security, and 100% DLC to the developers and the publishers. At the very minimum, Valve could at least lessen the 18% difference in revenue split between them and the developers. There's an 18% difference that Epic has over Valve. At the very
True.
I'm not even saying Valve has to match that. Because again, Valve has the biggest home gaming install base to leverage here. But they have to shrink that number.
But they did.
They have to. 18% is clearly the difference in people saying we will put our game on the Epic Game Store
it's not.
and not
There's
Steam.
more to it.
How about we make that difference? If we're not going to match it, how about we make that difference 10%?
I don't
No,
think so.
but-
I still don't think so.
It's not even that because it's not stable financially. And they did that. Depending about how many games you sell,
Yeah.
they will drop the percentage
Okay.
points of how much revenue they take.
But also pay attention to what he said. He's like, Valve doesn't have to give 100% of the DLC revenue to developers and publishers. Valve doesn't have to hand them over wads of cash. Valve just has to lower to this percentage. Yeah, people are still going to publish on Epic Game Store if that upfront cash is still there, Bond. Like
That's my
that's
my
why
argument.
it's pointless. It's fucking
That's why
pointless.
that's why Steam won't do it at this moment in time. I'm not saying they won't ever do it. I'm saying at this moment in time, it's fruitless from a business perspective.
Mhm.
Because if Valve wants to talk about business and Epic being able to do the business to get the people to use their store instead, because like he was talking about the last 5 minutes ago, it's all about the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then Epic has the money to do it. Valve feels that they don't have the money to do it. And so they're not going to take that financial risk.
Yeah.
So losing that revenue in order just to have a publishing game on them to still lose revenue on top of that doesn't make sense from a business perspective. It doesn't.
No, yeah, it absolutely does.
But then me giving you a business answer, I'm getting replies in my chat about I'm defending Valve's money. I'm literally giving you the business answer as to why nothing would happen. And then lowering the margin still has nothing to do with the upfront cash being given by Epic.
Alex,
So then
you could present these guys.
then how do you solve that problem?
Alex, you could present these guys a spreadsheet with all these stats and all a huge thorough explanation, and at the end of the day, they're still going to call you a Steam fanboy or a Valve.
I guess even though I have Battle.net, Origin, GOG on my PC, I don't know.
I have
going.
I have the Riot launcher. I have Origin. I have Steam. Yeah, it's just stupid. All right.
How about we make it 80-20? It doesn't have to be 88-12, but how about not 80-20? Something better. You have to see, and here's the other bigger issue.
Should
It's
be
not
better,
even
yeah.
that Valve isn't matching Epic. They're not making any effort to even change or improve the model.
We just
And that
told you
right
why.
there
Well, we just explained
the
why. So we're just gonna
biggest
keep going.
Well, yeah.
Valve hasn't done anything. They've done nothing. Actually, no, I take that back. Valve did do something. They did one thing since this whole situation, since this whole scenario started. Valve actually complained about Metro Exodus deal with Epic being, and I quote, unfair. They said it was unfair.
Because they pulled it.
That's the only thing Epic has done.
So the reason why they said it's unfair is because the game was being sold onto Steam and it's unfair for the customer. Simple. That's what they mean by unfair.
Unfair to the consumer, yeah. So
It's unfair to the customer.
yeah.
Simple.
So
It's not unfair to Valve, it's unfair to the customer.
well, this is Bond. He can't read, so all right.
So Erica wants to know what's the solution. Erica, honestly, I do not know what the solution would be.
No, I don't think. Look,
I don't.
We're not
like,
the
honestly,
guys. We're not the guys.
I can only make assumptions as to what a company would do in that situation. Personally, I think the solution for me, if I was Valve, I would wait them out. Purposely, I would honestly just wait them out because at some point they're going to hit. The numbers will shift, and they're going to hit a line on the graph where they will say, "Nope, it's not profitable anymore. We can't afford this. We have to stop."
Basically, bleed them dry. So
that's literally what it's going to be. Like,
yeah,
I don't know what the solution would be. I really don't. Should Valve wait? I don't know. Should Valve act? I don't know. Should Epic continue this from the consumer standpoint? No, they shouldn't. From a business standpoint, absolutely. Right? But what we're talking about is like, I've always had a pro-consumer slant on things because I've been a customer my whole life on everything. And so if there's nothing in it for me and I'm the one making the bills being paid, that's a problem.
By the way, BlackB0nd is telling you you're not a business major. Is Bond a business major? Does he have a degree in that?
I don't know, and I don't care. Let's continue.
Yeah.
They said it was unfair. Outside of that, they've done absolutely nothing. They've offered zero in additional incentives to developers and publishers. They have changed the storefront in no meaningful way. When developers have said, get rid of the bloatware, get rid of all these crappy games, we can't get our game shine. We cannot get our game out there because it's such a cluster freak. I don't want to get demonetized. It's such a bonanza of garbage, trash, and filth that people cannot find their game.
Okay,
so
well,
about
I thought we were talking about big games. Is what Bond was talking about from the beginning. Was the big games.
So even then, right? If you are concerned about the algorithm of what Valve does, and I do not know how that fucking thing, so I'm not going to speak on it like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. That doesn't make any fucking sense for me to say some shit like that. But if your game, let's just pray, for example, is a AAA game, right? You have all the marketing budget you could ever think of. You're going to put it on Steam. If your AAA game is getting trounced by a text-based anime adventure game, maybe Valve doesn't want to pull the text-based anime adventure game because it's making them money. I'm just saying. They're just giving you what the customer wants.
Yeah.
That's it. They are literally playing an open storefront. That's literally the concept, right? They're saying, okay, what do people want to buy? There you go. Fucking buy it. We're going to sell it to you. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want this AAA game or do you want this anime hentai game that's text-based? You want the anime hentai game that's text-based?
No anime boobies for BlackB0nd.
We're just going to push them. We're just going to give you all the anime hentai games you want because that's what you want to buy.
Like, yeah, well,
go ahead and buy it.
The customer is always right. We were talking about this earlier. The customer.
That's it.
Right.
The customer is always right. That's it.
The customers are not happy with that big store. You know, if they're not happy with a lot of what's going on, are they wrong? You know. By the way, your chat, Alex, is cancer. Like,
I'm not even looking. I'm like looking at it sparingly.
Mainly because like some of these people are like, they think this is a good point to bring up. Remember when Steam sucked and everyone hated it when it first launched?
Like, you mean like, yeah,
and people started to like it when it improved?
Yeah.
Well, Epic Store, Tim Sweeney came out and he basically said they have no interest in improving the store all that much. Like, he came out and said that they don't want to put in forums. that they don't want to put in fucking things like trading cards, that they don't plan on making this thing as grandiose as Steam. Like,
Then they're fucking up.
they said that themselves. So I don't know, that's just a terrible point. I don't think people like, oh well, remember when Steam sucked? Ha, we got you. What? Okay.
Yeah. Guess what? Steam now still sucks.
I don't think Steam sucks. I think Steam's pretty fucking great. I think it's the best one. I mean, in my opinion, the best
Yeah.
client.
But guess what? It still sucks. Like, it could definitely be infinitely better.
All business sucks, you know. Business is always
Boom.
about making money and not about the consumers, so, you know, things will always suck from that
There
perspective.
you go.
Yeah.
And right now, Steam is the standard.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't at least match the standard, you're below the standard. So you suck.
They're not even like 1/10 of the way there. Not even close.
There you go.
So,
Simple.
Yep.
Let's keep going.
Bond was in the chat. He left.
No, he's there.
They've offered zero
Solid
compromises
resume.
in the revenue
Oh.
split. Like I said, if they're not going to match it, at least improve it. And they've literally taken zero action as Epic continues to secure big name title
Yeah.
after big name title.
Yeah.
You want to play Borderlands 3? You're not doing it on Steam.
So then
You
what's
wanna
the
play
solution?
Metro Exodus?
Doesn't give
You're not
one
doing it
that's
on Steam.
viable.
World War Z? You're not doing it on Steam. The Outer Worlds? You're not doing it on Steam. Detroit Become Human? You're not doing it on Steam. The rumored Red Dead Redemption 2? If it happens, guess what, people? You're not doing it on Steam.
Yeah.
Epic does what Steam and Valve don't.
We're
And
pulling back that from
This
the
doesn't
90s.
seem like something that's going to stop. I keep hearing that it's temporary, and yes, it most likely will be temporary, but it's most likely only going to be temporary until Valve has both of Epic's feet straight up their asses. And that's just the truth.
Oh,
I need to ask you, if you're a fan of Steam like me, and you want to play your games on Valve's client Steam, this is upsetting because I want to play Borderlands 3
you're gonna
on
cave
Steam.
in. Like, why?
I want to play Metro Exodus on Steam.
Then why are you gonna cave
I
in?
want to play
Doesn't make
World
sense.
War Z on Steam. I want to play The Outer Worlds, Detroit Become Human on Steam. I would like to play Red Dead Redemption 2 on Steam. But apparently, Valve does not care that I want to play these games on their service. Because if they cared, they would be doing something to try to change this issue and get these games on a platform in Steam where I would like to enjoy my gameplay experience.
Okay, let's pause there.
Okay. You first, go ahead.
Okay, why would Valve do something if it's temporary exclusivity? Like, why would they do anything about it if they know it's temporary exclusivity?
Exactly.
Like that.
If-
Bon, you're fucking retard. Go ahead.
His entire argument is from the beginning of this is a business. Epic is making a business decision, and it is the smart business decision. Therefore, Epic is going to do it. So now his argument has went from Epic is going to do it to why isn't Steam doing anything? Literally, Steam doing nothing
It's
is
the
their
best
business
move they can
decision.
make. It's the best.
Is the best move they can make right now. Because think about it like this. If I were to drop my margins to 88.12
Mm-hmm.
temporarily, right?
Yeah.
And then once Epic stops doing all of this ridiculousness, bring them back to 70-30, what would happen?
I don't know, Alex. You tell me.
It would be a fucking nightmare. Because now I'm going to raise the rates back up to 70-30? Are you fucking high? No, because once they're 88-12, I have what's been called setting the precedent that they will stay 88-12.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, we're going to begin this cycle all over again.
You know,
It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't change anything. All this does, yes, would it be fantastic if all this ended tomorrow and Valve went 12, and Epic stopped trying to buy exclusivity, and we could all buy the game where we wanted to buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it would. But this entire concept of why hasn't Valve done anything is because, as Bond said, speaking in finances terms and in business, that is the best business move for them to do. Is this defending Valve? No, because I'm upset that I can't play The Outer Worlds on Steam.
I don't exactly even know how he came to the conclusion that this is Valve defense and Valve fanboyism and Steam fanboyism.
Because he has no argument. That's why.
I mean, like, when you present logic, how are you gonna just? Yeah, I mean, he'll call you a virgin. He'll call you a social reject. It's like, he's like, if you give me long paragraphs explaining why I'm wrong, you're a social reject. Like,
and then he replies with a magic card, and then calls you whatever, dude. I don't know.
Oh God.
So someone in the chat. So what if they drop it down to 80-20? It's still not 88-12.
I don't think developers and publishers. I don't think they would. They're still gonna go for the upfront cash over a temporary.
Even if, and that's the whole point of the argument. Even if Valve dropped to 88-12, they're still going to move for the upfront cash because it's upfront cash.
Honestly, another thing, right? These publishers plan on putting their games on Steam eventually, right?
Totally.
So they plan on putting their games on Steam eventually. Now I don't know about Red Dead Redemption 2. The rumors that that's going to be a permanent exclusive on the Epic Games Store, but like I said, they know that their games are going to go to Steam eventually. I don't see how this benefits Epic. Like, from a business standpoint, I don't see how Epic is actually winning anything here, especially if your competitor is going to get the games that you have temporarily.
I think what Epic is winning is that they're betting on people's impatience in order for them to download the Epic Game Store client, to use that client instead. And so if they feel like they continually bring titles to you earlier than you would get on Steam, you would stay on that client and have a retention client and customer rather than to go to Steam. That's my thought process on this. Is if I can give you games 6 months to a year ahead of time, you'll stay on my storefront rather than going back to Steam because I'm giving you these games first. So their thought process is more than likely, let's avoid churn of losing people to keep them on here by continually putting games on our platform that they have to wait for on Steam and see how long they will hold out or for what game they will hold out for.
Right.
And then move that there.
Wouldn't the more logical conclusion be, let's keep them locked to our platform permanently because that's how you keep people there, right?
Well, the way you do that is by having great features.
Well, no, I meant like permanently locking the games, like permanently locking the games exclusively
to
their platform. That's how you would keep people that want to play that game there forever, right?
Totally. And if they strike a deal with 2K about Rockstar and Red Dead, I don't see why they wouldn't do it.
Right. I'm just, the question.
That would be like the biggest thing, right? If they did it with Red Dead 2 and they said it is permanently locked onto Epic.
Well, hopefully that's not the case, because if Epic Game Store doesn't take off, like if it doesn't,
right. If Epic Game Store flounders, if Epic Game Store flounders in the next year and a half, where's Red Dead 2 going to go?
It's going to have to go to Steam. Like, it's interesting.
That's interesting, right? So it's just interesting from a business perspective of how this will play out. But
right now everything's kind of unpredictable.
Totally,
it's unpredictable, but at the same time, it makes me a little more aware of which not games, but which developers and publishers I'm putting my eyes on now, because a lot of these publishers are basically telling the consumers, hey, fuck off, we know you're going to just consume our product anyway. And especially with what happened with what's his name, this guy, Borderlands 3 guy. He basically
Randy Pitchford.
Huh?
Randy Pitchford.
I think so, yeah. He basically told people, bitch and moan all you want. We're not going to basically change what we're doing.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, I think these publishers and developers seriously underestimate consumer backlash, especially on the PC. Because on consoles, I mean, you've seen consumer backlash change things on consoles, but on the PC, it's been a lot more effective.
Far more.
Way more effective. And I think trying to come in with this console gaming market mentality, I think it's not doing anybody any favors, especially the people defending the Epic Game Store, because here on the PC, things are fucking different. It's way fucking different. Like, that's one of the first things I noticed when I became a PC gamer, was how things that I didn't like happening stopped within a year because the consumer backlash was strong. Because piracy, I mean, it's a tool that really gets the job done sometimes.
Well, I mean, I'm not for it. I'll tell you that much.
I've never pirated a game, but
I have, but
I have yet to do it, because for me, if I don't care enough about a game, it's usually because the publishers really did something shitty, and I just have I'm just disgusted. I have no interest in even playing the game because of them. Well, that's just me.
Let's keep going.
All right.
Lastly, we need to talk about the fanboy problem.
Lastly,
the corporate slaves, the
20 minutes
corporate shills. One thing Epic has done that has exposed this whole situation on PC is that PC gamers, there's no fanboys in PC gaming. How can I be a fanboy of something I built? Nah. Nope. Epic has exposed PC gamers,
totally, totally,
especially those Valve and Steam fanboys, as being just as dumb, blind, stupid, moronic, and shill-worthy as their console gaming counterparts. No longer can any PC fanboy pretend to be better or superior to a console fanboy, because at the end of the day, you're no different. You're just a different kind of corporate slave.
This is the
You're
biggest
just a
amount of
different
dishonesty
kind
ever. This
of
is just
corporate
dishonesty.
shill. You're just a different kind of faceless, delusional fanboy. And that's it. I mean, you're nothing but gay apologists talking about how
days,
a change in revenue split isn't sustainable. Where you also say that it's temporary for Epic to have this revenue split. Well, if it's temporary, then Valve doesn't have to make a permanent change in their revenue split. They only have to make a temporary one.
Which I explained.
Why would they?
Why would they?
Do
Which
that,
I explained.
Bond?
Yeah, why would they? Because if it's temporary, I don't have to do shit. Right? Think about it from a business perspective.
Just do
temporary.
it anyway. Just do it anyway. Why? Because. Why? They're gonna look at Bond.
Because.
Do you have a business associate's degree, Bond?
I don't even think he knows. What?
Oh God.
If you look at it like Bond likes to look at it from a business perspective, if I were a business and you told me this is temporary, I'm gonna be like, okay, fuck him.
And here's why I want to say is dishonest about Bond basically trying to do this whole fanboy thing is he's labeling the wrong people fucking fanboys. He's labeling the wrong people the wrong people fanboys. That's what he's doing. He's being really dishonest about it by essentially saying oh, you're giving me logical reasons why that wouldn't work, but you're just Valve fanboy Steam defender. It's
no, and literally that's been my entire chat is me giving an example of business perspective would not make a change, and I'm a fanboy because of it. It makes no sense.
These peasants, they don't want explanations. They want action. That's ultimately what they want, right? And I honestly I can't blame them for just wanting things to be fixed, But
totally.
At the same time, they're trying to tell us this is business. Okay, well, this is business too, and they're no. It just needs to
Right.
be this way. It's like, what?
No, no,
He's
no.
like,
Once
you're
once you
telling-
say once you say this is also business,
Yeah.
here's the other side of the coin. Well, you're a fanboy now. I never said I was fanboying for them. I'm telling you, this is also business. And if you were running this business, how would you react to this? Oh, you're just a fanboy.
I don't know.
How am I a
you
fanboy? I have every other launcher. I have games on every other launcher.
I don't know how you stick around with these console audiences.
I even just said
Purge 'em.
Origin has
Purge
the
'em.
best.
Purge the
I even said
filthy
Origin
peasants.
has the best refund policy. EA of all the fucking console launchers has the best refund policy. Yet I'm a fanboy. Come on, come on.
Look, you've explained your
Be
gripes
real.
with
Be real to yourself.
You've explained your gripes with Steam. You've explained your gripes with Epic. You've explained your gripes pretty well. I think you've given good reasons why you think some things need to change here and there. A fanboy is someone who thinks everything is perfect and it doesn't need to fucking change. That's what a fucking fanboy is.
Totally.
And that's why Bond's being dishonest and trying to label these people fanboys. It's like, these people have problems with Valve. Like, when that whole CSGO gambling fiasco was happening, I was like, oh, fuck Valve.
It's a fucking nightmare.
I was like, fuck Valve,
goddamn
fuck Valve. I didn't fucking use Steam for like 2 weeks. I was like, no, I'm not, I'm not okay with that.
The whole T Martin thing was a fucking disaster. Absolute disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then everything on just the way the way Steam handles, trades, loot, items, it's a fucking nightmare. That marketplace is literally a black market shithole. It's a shithole. And they've done nothing to fix it. Right? Mm-hmm. It's just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Erica says you're gonna propose to me. I mean, I don't think you would mind that.
It's like, hey, Frit, how dare you agree with Alex, who's using better logic and reasoning than Bond? Agree with the guy that blocks everyone that fucking not everyone, but blocks a shit ton of people that disagree with it. I'm not.
I think Erica is just jealous.
I don't give a fuck about Erica.
I love you, Erica. I'll see you Thursday.
You guys streaming on Thursday?
You look cute last week, by the way. All right, let's continue.
Last time I checked, Valve is a private company. None of you own any stock in Valve. None of you get any financial incentive through Valve. So I don't know why you're worried about Valve's money.
We're not.
Lord Gaben, last time I checked, is living good. And eating good, too.
Okay.
My man is sitting on mounds of money, sitting on $1 billion of money, swimming through money like Scrooge McDuck. And now all of a sudden, you're worried about Val's money?
We're not.
You're worried about Gabe's money?
Nope.
There's a straw man.
That's very funny because, a lot of you guys like to buy your games for cheap off of CD key prices. You like to
and Valve gets $0
elsewhere besides Steam. You like to get away from Steam when it comes to your purchases. You want to buy your games cheaply, buy CD key prices, and redeem them on Steam.
Oh God!
So that's funny to me because you're worried about the Valve's money and Gabe's money, saying an increase of split it wouldn't be sustainable. Yet at the same time, you're buying your games for cheap elsewhere outside of Steam.
So, buying games for cheap outside of Steam means if we cared about Valve's money, they get 0% of that purchase. So if I go to CD Keys and I buy a game there, they don't make any money. So if I cared about Valve's money, I wouldn't buy games off CD Keys. So checkmate, Bond.
I also want to say he's the logic of this guy, right? He's like, this is business. This is why Epic is doing this, right? And I feel like I'm repeating a point here, but I want to add to it. And you tell him, okay, Bond, well, here's the business side of things. Why do you care about Steam's business side of things? Well, I don't understand.
It's fantastic how
he doesn't like.
I love how Bond defends. Here's
the stuff he says.
Bond defends Epic Game Store, saying that it's a business practice, that they're doing it for business. Yet when you explain why Valve is doing nothing because it's best for business, you are now a fanboy.
And you care about about the other money.
But yet, when you buy a game off CD keys, Valve gets 0% of that entire sale. So then you don't care about Steam's finances because you're buying a game for cheap. So which one is it, Bond? You literally do not know what you're talking about.
I never said that. Alex.
He literally said all of that.
No, I didn't. I need receipts.
What is going on? What is going on? Bond cannot comprehend a thought properly.
No, it's a man-child.
Let's continue because we don't have much time left. But let's go.
Okay.
Because if you were really worried about Valve and Gabe's money, you would buy the games on Steam at their original non-discounted pricing. If you were worried about Valve and you were worried about Steam, you wouldn't be sitting up here waiting for Humble Bundles. You wouldn't be sitting up here waiting for the winter sale, for the summer sale. You would buy the games full price on Steam. But you don't.
No.
So I don't want to hear about you worrying about Valve's money.
We're showing you the business reason.
About how an increased revenue split wouldn't be sustainable.
Like I don't give a fuck.
When you are going to buy the game cheaper elsewhere anyway. You don't make sense. You're a complete hypocrite, so just drop that argument.
What?
So, continuing on.
What?
It's really simple, people.
Go ahead.
It really is.
Okay.
Has all the power to end this, to stop this, to essentially make the Epic Game Store fade away and classify itself as obsolete. But they don't.
Good TNA call.
Honestly think that developers would rather put their games on the Epic Game Store as opposed to the industry standard in Steam? No. And like I said before, they don't want to, but there are reasons that they do. And honestly, the way Valve treats developers, the way Valve is not budging on their revenue split, the way Valve will not clean up their store, the way Valve does not cater to smaller developers, I would not be surprised if there was some backdoor collusion between developers saying, we're going to move our games over to the Epic Game Store and use it as leverage against Valve and Steam. And that's
No, we got some really spicy backdoor. Everybody, hey, listen.
Oh God.
Listen. We got some backdoor deals going on. We're going to get in that backdoor.
I also want to say, Alex, Bond said in the chat that Alex realizes this video is about him, right?
He told me it was about me.
So he strawmanned you so hard.
I don't even know what.
I'm sitting here like with my jaw dropped. Like, Bond, are you this retarded, or are you purposely?
I don't even know. This is the fall from grace, right?
Yeah, this quote unquote pro consumer. Yeah.
This is the guy who thinks that he has all the answers.
I get all the chicks, Alex. You don't
I get all the girls, you clown. Hey, listen. Listen.
He goes to the bar. He sits at he sits at the bar table.
Hey,
bartender, give me a phone.
Hey, listen. Hey, baby. Let me get you a glass of rosé. And then some guy walks up and he's like, "It's my woman." He goes, "Listen here, clown. I'm gonna render you obsolete."
No, Bond. Look, Bond says. Look,
Don't
Bond
talk
said.
to me.
Okay.
Don't look at. Listen here, clown. Fucking virgin.
Alex is he has a kid. At 8:13 p.m., Black Bond's like, Alex realizes this video is about him, right? And then right down here, I said it wasn't about you, Alex. Can you guys read? I said the video wasn't about you. No, at 8:13 you said it was. What do you tell you? Like, maybe that was a typo on your end, but Alex realizes this video is about him, right? And then a few minutes later, can you guys not read? I said the video wasn't about Bond. Well, spell right, you retard.
You know, this whole thing, he I don't think he even knows what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. First, he says it's a business decision that Epic's making. Now he's saying that Valve should do something because it's pro-consumer and it'll stop this whole thing. So he's not happy with Epic doing the business decision. But yet, when he's told why Valve is not doing something from a business perspective, he gets upset and he calls you a Steam fanboy.
I know. He doesn't realize. He doesn't see it, Alex. Okay, the guy. He's always got to be right. He's always got to be correct. He has the better stance. You're wrong. He's more consistent than you, even though Bond's like one of the most inconsistent guys on the internet I've ever had the pleasure of. I don't really know him.
Oh man, Erica is leaving Press Start podcast tonight.
Well, nobody's gonna miss anything.
Baby girl, don't leave me, please.
Man, Alex, what is up with your chat? You have so
baby
many.
Girl,
you have so many
baby
disgusting
girl,
peasants in here. Everybody in my chat.
Baby girl,
awesome.
don't leave my. I don't know.
Everybody
Put your
in my
chat
chat's
over.
awesome.
Put your chat. Make your chat invade my chat.
Hey, everybody from my chat, go over to Alex stream and let's make that a better place. Holy shit, there's so many peasants in there. And
Yo, first, okay, TechWire, Weapon Whip Podcast is better than Press Start Podcast. That's a block. That's a lie. I timed you out in a block. You don't.
I'm trying to.
Let's continue.
Podcast. Oh, there's still more. Okay.
Exactly what's probably happening. My company, my job, did not want to give me a raise. They didn't think that I deserved it.
Maybe you don't.
To give
No,
me
I'm
a
kidding.
raise.
I'm kidding. I honestly, I hope he gets the raise. I hope he gets it.
Another company, a competitor, is offering me a position. It is the same position that I am doing here. They are offering me more money.
Mm-hmm.
The job site location is closer than you guys. So my driving distance to this new job would be closer. My pay would be higher.
Sure.
I would prefer to stay to you. I would prefer to stay with you guys, but if you're not going to give me a raise, then I regret to inform you, I got to take my talents like LeBron James to South Beach. So, we worked something out and they gave me a pay increase. That is how leverage works, people. If you're not getting what you want one place, you have to go somewhere else. If you're not getting what you want at some place, then you have to leverage another employer. You have to leverage another source of income. You have to leverage and negotiate a third party. Look at Bryce Harper for the Phillies.
Can you pause?
Here we go.
It took him for the Phillies.
Pause there. Okay, Bond, if I went to a business place and they weren't offering me a raise and another place was like, oh, we'll pay you more. But then they told me, hey, we can only offer you this salary for a set amount of time. And then it's going to be, the same salary as where you work currently. I would be in a position where, like, if I go over there, get that job, I'm only going to be making that set amount of money for for a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. It's
like, I'm not going to fucking do that, especially if it costs me my job elsewhere.
In theory, right? He's saying, well, look, I'm the product. I'm going to go where I'm most valued, which is fine.
That's the perspective.
I get it.
Okay,
that's a perspective. I get it. All right. He's the product, and he is going to be sold to the highest bidder, and that's fine.
Okay.
The difference is, and I couldn't. Oh, hold on. Okay. Am I still streaming? Okay.
Yeah, you're
the
fine.
difference
is you cut out there for a bit, but no.
Yeah,
I was a little confused on his whole like fucking.
So the difference is that when you're looking at that perspective and what Epic is doing, you can't sit here and say, well, yeah, I'm going to get this, like you said, he will get that pay for a specific amount of time and then be dropped back down to what he was before. So is that move even worth it for him?
No.
Right.
No, not at all.
There are other perks that come along with that move. And honestly, in real life, I really hope he does make the right decision and that he gets what he's worth for his pay and his work, because the one thing I'd never want to see is someone out of, because that has happened to me, and that's terrible.
Okay, yeah.
But you can't really, just like a false equivalency people were saying about me and loot boxes, this is also a false equivalency of Epic Store and a personal note.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, if you're going to deny my argument, I have to deny this one because this is also a false equivalency.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair. Yeah, it's perfectly fair. Um. Okay. Anything else?
Let's continue.
Yeah.
To sign him. Scott Boris's agent just didn't say, "Oh,
here we go. More
I
sports analogies.
Philly. Let's just go to Philly and take what they give us." Bryce Harper always wanted to play in Philly. He was not going to play everywhere else. But the reason he didn't immediately sign is because Scott Boras was using other baseball teams as leverage to get the most money and the best deal for his client.
We're 26 minutes in. It's 11:30. I got to be up at the gym.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to change his tune.
No. I mean, I'm sitting here like he's repeated himself like I don't know how many fucking
1,000 times.
And he hasn't come up with a solution, and his solution is one that we've already explained. You've already explained to him several times why it's a solution that wouldn't fucking work. So
Correct.
I don't even know why he's continuing to say, oh, just lower this, lower that. It's like, fuck. Like, he did not have to stream for 45 minutes to talk about nothing.
We didn't have to do almost 2 hours either. So
no, we didn't. We didn't. We took up a lot of time. I'm gonna continue streaming once you're out, Alex, because like, Jesus fucking Christ, I'm probably gonna continue this on my end.
You go ahead.
I tried sitting, but your chat is just fucking.
BlackB0nd just told me keep going. You're at the end. BlackB0nd, I'm always gonna keep going.
Well, Alex, thank you so much.
Even when I'm done.
Thank you so much for giving your end, Alex. My side of the stream, we're gonna be talking about other things and continuing this piece of shit of a fucking stream. Holy fuck, that was terrible.
Enjoy. You've got 19 more minutes.
I don't want to listen to the child molest style lisp. It's creeping me out. Like if I was walking down an alley and I heard BlackB0kt's voice, I'd be fucking creeped out. Ugh.
Oh man. All right. Well, everyone in the chat of my stream, thank you for coming out and watching.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to continue this travesty, you can go ahead and view it on Fratanga stream.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you had a good time. Thank you everyone for coming out. It was a lot of fun. Erica, I'll see you Thursday, baby girl. Don't worry. And we'll see you guys.
Keep that body in shape for me.
I'm going to the gym. Shut up, fucking
gay boy. You're gay for
gay boy.
Okay, Alex, I'll end the call here and let you have your.
All right. See you guys later. Thanks everybody for coming out.
Bye, Alex.
Bye.
All right, everyone. My stream is still going. I'm still. Oh gosh, I can't believe I'm watching. I'm leaving. I was in Alex's chat there for a bit, and my God, there's a lot of weapon wheel people in Alex's chat. A lot of weapon wheel people, and they're very retarded. Very retarded. Eric Guts for the win from the Press Start podcast is retarded. BlackB0kt's retarded. Solid Rev is retarded. Oh my gosh, so much soy. So much soy in that chat. I think people labeling other Steam fanboys for the wrong thing, too. Alex's YouTube channel will be linked. But it's, oh no, it's Alex. No spaces. Everybody go sub to him. Give him some love, I feel bad for Alex because he's stuck with an audience that's full of peasants, absolute disgusting filthy peasants, and it really sucks. I really want Alex to get a better audience than the one he's got now, because man, it's weapon wheel people, it's press start people, it's terrible. Poor Alex. He's seen as the PC elitist, but Alex is far from a PC elitist. And also the weapon wheel podcast, they hate my guts. They absolutely hate me, and so does Bond, but that's all right. Black soy. Yeah, everybody. I want to. I didn't get a chance to read your super chats. Let me try and do that in a bit. But Yeah, everybody sub to Oh No, it's Alex. Everybody here watching live, go sub to him. Help Alex get. Alex is a really smart guy. Alex is a really, really smart guy, and he's ripped and beautiful, and honestly, he just deserves more love, more recognition. You know, that kind of thing. Black soy. Bond talks like an anime villain. Yeah, he does. Soy Bond. I can't believe the soy memes from yesterday are continuing now. Oh gosh. So, when is Trump going to deport you? Oh well, thank you. I don't know when Trump's going to deport me. Let's continue this terrible fucking video.
What did Russell Westbrook do today?
More basketball.
I'm sorry,
shit.
Russell Wilson on the Seattle Seahawks do today?
Oh, he's talking about okay.
My man literally told the Seattle Seahawks, "You have a new contract by today.
Who cares?
This is my deadline.
This doesn't matter.
If I don't get a new contract and I am not paid, I will never sign a long-term contract with you, and I will go to the New York Giants. I will request a trade. This is my money demands, and this is my length of contract, and this is my deadline."
Okay.
And guess what happened, people?
What happened,
The
Bond?
Seattle Seahawks folded like an accordion. They folded.
Okay. I wish there was more I could have said during me and Alex's side, but I really wanted to give Alex a moment to shine. But on my end, Bond hasn't said anything of relevance. He said stuff we already know. He's repeated himself constantly. He's never really given us a solution that will resolve everything, right? Because as like he comes to us, he's like, "Here's the solution, guys," and his solution doesn't work. And now we're sitting here like, "Okay, well, where do we go from here, Bond?" I don't know. You don't have a solution. You're just a Steam and Valve fanboy. God damn.
Folded like a lawn chair. And now Russell Wilson is the highest paid quarterback in the NFL because he used the New York Giants as leverage to get a better contract. You people don't.
Yes, I think the analogy here is, okay, the video games, whatever, the product. I didn't get the analogy before. I get it, but it's still like, okay, you're just repeating something that doesn't really fucking matter.
I don't understand business. I don't know what school you guys went to or what kind of education you have. But
based on how you spelled in the chat and Alex's side of things, I don't know what kind of education you have, Bond.
This is the world we live in.
This is the world we live in. Oh, sorry, I had to.
Things given equal, these developers would put their games on Steam and not give the Epic Games Store a second thought. But they are using the Epic Games Store as leverage to get Valve to change Steam.
Okay, you're giving us another explanation as to how things are working. It doesn't matter. We already know how it works. Let's debate your solution, you know? And your solution is shit. Your solution is shit. We already came to that conclusion. Are you going to say anything else? That's what I'm wondering.
To improve Steam, to give better revenue splits to the developers and publishers on Steam. And the issue here is Valve is not only not budging, but not communicating to any developers and not communicating, period. And why you...
Valve, they kind of know this is all going to blow off. Like, based on how they're treating Epic's threats, their leverage, like, they really have nothing to be concerned about if the games are only temporarily exclusive. Like, we've already explained this to Bond. And Bond was in Alex's chat, and we kept explaining it, and he's like, do you have a solution? Like, no, honestly, I don't have a solution. I don't think anybody in the chat here has a solution on how to combat the Epic Games Store. Because we're not businessmen. It's not our job to combat the Epic Games Store. But we see what we don't like and we're calling it out. And you're telling us, well, shut up about it if you don't have a solution. No, Bond, no. Like, people, this is called consumer backlash. If enough people get together and are vocal about something, it brings about change. I mean, Bethesda, they're not, as far as I know, they're not putting Doom or Fallout 76. They're not putting that on the Epic Games Store, and I think a lot of that has to do with the consumer backlash and the reputation that the Epic Games Store is building with consumers. So, consumer backlash is a very effective tool. Let me read this. God, I'll get to the super chats, but let me read the Savage Lobos real quick. $5. Believing owning a i9 900K with a 2080 Ti label themselves as gold chain gamer, yet they're peasants. Hashtag born in broadband. Oh god, I think Bond is going through a midlife crisis. He's hitting the clubs at the age. He's hitting the clubs at his 30s, trying to get girls who are barely out of high school. I mean, that's just fucking creepy, Bond. That's creepy as fuck. What do you want, Charlie? Get off my leg. What do you want? Oh, the Xbox is over there. No, the Xbox is over there. Get out of here. All right, let's continue.
You are not blaming Valve for this and why you're making excuses and not holding them responsible for this.
Epic Store is doing what they're doing because it's their decision. It's the choice they're making. We're not happy with their choice. Like, if you want to say Valve is responsible for this happening, I don't think so. Like, am I going to blame Valve for not wanting to give a chunk of cash up front to developers to put their games on their platform? And also give them 100% cut from DLC. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, Valve, it's your fault for not making shitty business decisions that make money. Because Valve, at the end of the day, they have to make money. I don't really care about them making money, but if I'm looking at things business wise, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you have to make money to stay in operation. You have to make money to keep this distribution site up so you can sell people games. You have to make money. And if they do what Epic Game Store is doing, they're not going to be making money. So I can't blame them for not doing what Epic Game Store is doing. It would be stupid. It'd be retarded.
Is beyond me. It's beyond me.
You want an easy target, Bond. Okay, you want something you can easily target and blame instead of looking at the overall picture, which is a lot more complicated and not really as easy to explain to your audience. Like, your audience is pretty dumb, Bond, okay? Your audience is pretty fucking retarded. Most of them don't understand how distribution sites work. Most of them don't understand underhand deals. Most of them just want something that's palatable and easy to understand. And that's why you've given them sports analogies, to be fair, because, they're all pretty fucking dumb.
Simple business here, people. They don't have to go out and buy exclusives. They don't have to go out and money hat people. They don't have to go out and fund people's projects. But again, they have to do something.
Okay, and the something that you suggested, it's not a permanent solution to the Epic Game Store. There's no permanent solution to competition. None. And also, there's no solution because this isn't even competition to begin with.
To make the financial decision to put a game on Steam better than what it is to put it on the Epic Game Store. But for some odd reason, you Valve corporate slaves, you Valve corporate shills, you losers, you just...
Bond, yeah. This is a terrible way to try and debate against your opponent. Like, I mean, I'm not an expert in debate. The few that I've had haven't gone that well. But basically trying to tell someone they're a loser for defending their position, it's not it's not a good debate tactic. another thing, Bond, is you're asking people why Steam can't do something a certain way, and they're giving you an explanation. And then the way you're going to retaliate against that explanation is tell them that they're just defending Steam and being corporate slaves. Rather than actually listening to what they say, you're going to block them out, or you're going to call them social reject losers or virgins. This is why people trash you, Bond. Because you do little childish things like this. God, I can't take this. This is a terrible video. Fuck.
Keep making excuses for Gabe. You keep making excuses for Valve.
These aren't excuses. These are explanations.
Those billions that Gabe has, they're not just going to dry up. So why not just do it? Why allow Epic? Why allow the Epic Store to gain any kind of traction?
Okay, Bon, let me ask you. I know you can't answer because you wouldn't even acknowledge me in Alex's chat anyway. Why would Steam, like, okay, you're asking why would they not do it? Well, why would they do it if they didn't have to? You know, like, if this was a situation where like they have to do this. For instance, you know, they have two options. They can either do it, or they won't have to do it, and they still, God damn it, Charlie, and they still win in the end. They're gonna pick the option where they're not gonna do it and still win in the end.
It would actually be cheaper for Valve to spend money in a hypothetical world. It would be cheaper right now for Valve to spend money to just eradicate the Epic Game Store than to not spend money and have to deal with them later on in the future for all time to come.
All right, what would they spend the money on? Exactly. I mean, if they're going to lower their percentage cut, that's not really going to cost them anything other than profit. So what would they spend the money on, Bond? Because your solution was that they take the cut. Now you're saying spend money. Spend money on what?
Believe me, it would be cheaper for them to squash them out right now than it would be to deal with them from now on moving into the future with the way Epic is acting.
Okay. Well, what are they going to spend their money on to squash them? What exactly?
Valve, for some reason, doesn't see the long picture. They don't see the long game. They could have ended the situation in a matter of months. But
I think you're seriously underestimating how much money Epic has. Epic has money to burn for a while. So Steam, Valve, they're not just going to squash them out when Epic Game Store has a gigantic pile of cash. No, it's clearly not that easy when a $1 billion company can't wipe out a $1 billion company. And also, I don't think people want the Epic Game Store to go away. People want the Epic Game Store to change.
But instead, they want to continue to fight this situation in a matter of years, or hell, even the matter of a permanent basis. I don't know about you, but I would rather competition for my company not exist as opposed to it existing.
Okay. I guess if you didn't want competition to exist, I mean, that makes sense from a business standpoint. You don't want your competitors to exist. You want them to burn up and declare bankruptcy and go out of business. Yeah, because then you wouldn't have to invest in order to compete with them, or you wouldn't have to make changes to compete with them. Makes sense. But Epic has money to burn. Like I said, they have money to burn for a while. So it's not that simple, Bond. They're not going to crush a $1 billion company.
It's like, imagine if Vince McMahon... Actually, no, we don't need to imagine because it's happening right now. Vince McMahon is trying to secure any and all talent he can right now because he knows AEW, All Elite Wrestling, is coming.
All Elite Wrestling is gonna fail. It's gonna flop. That's all I gotta say. they have nowhere near the same amount of money WWE has. Like, AEW is gonna flop. I know this is wrestling stuff. You guys aren't wrestling. Most of the people in this chat aren't wrestling fans, so I don't want to bring it up too much. But AEW is gonna fail. So it's not a really good analogy. Like, now, if you wanted to say a new WCW just popped into existence with the same amount of cash as WWE, then we'd be talking differently.
He knows it's coming. So him and Triple H, the man at 3H's, are trying to get as much talent as they can so they don't go to AEW. Now, if...
by the way, WWE's been killing the indies for years. Like, they've been doing it before AEW even popped into existence. Like, they've been contracting as many indie wrestlers as they can and not even utilizing them on the roster. They just want to hold them under contract so that they don't go to the indies. So, I mean, in much ways, like Epic, like, you know, it's not good. It's not good for the industry, because you slowly kill wrestling, and then WWE becomes the only wrestling product you have, and then its quality degrades over time.
WWE was Valve, what would be happening is Vince wouldn't be getting anybody, and all these people would instead be going to AEW. Ricochet, AEW. War Machine, AEW. Punishment Page, AEW.
No, but I don't want to keep talking about wrestling, but nobody knows who the fuck those guys are. Now, if you're talking about a name like Dwayne Johnson, if you're talking a name about like Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Undertaker, all of a sudden, for some reason, they go to a company that can't afford them, then we'd be talking, but nobody's going to blink an eye at those nobodies.
All these guys will just be going to AEW. At least Vince can understand that you need to go out and be proactive and prevent the competition from establishing itself. Valve is not doing anything to prevent the competition from establishing itself.
Because not doing anything is their best business move right now, and we've already discussed this, and we've explained why.
I don't know why. I mean, yes, it would be monopolistic, but again, what's the alternative? You guys are saying that Epic is being monopolistic.
No, it's not. Well, sort of. Not really, no. Epic Game Stores, they're being anti-consumer. I wouldn't say they're being monopolistic. They don't own the entire... Like, they're not, like... They are not the main source of all PC gaming revenue. Like, they don't control the whole fucking thing.
I mean, I'm not going into the details to make that argument for or against, but me, it's just business is business. But again, Valve could just offer better incentives, and the Epic Game Store wouldn't be able to get a foothold. And when Fortnite dies down, and when Fortnite cools off, that would be the end of the Epic Game Store. Instead, Steam and Valve want to give birth to a monster because they want to be complacent and lazy and not do anything.
Oh God. None of it has to do with complacency. It all has to do with making a business decision that ultimately won't be costing you money and you still win in the end. Like, Epic Game Store doesn't have locked exclusives permanently. Why the fuck would Valve be sweating?
Now, to finish this video up, let's continue on more with the damage control. I keep hearing from the Valve corporate slaves that Valve shouldn't have to make their revenue split more competitive. Okay, don't make it more competitive. See what happens. Oh wait, we don't need to see what happens.
Well, they haven't, and they still got Bethesda, and they still got the Halo Master Chief Collection. None of those went over to Epic Game Store, and they didn't have to lower their share. They didn't have to, Bond. So, clearly, if what Epic Game Store was doing was so effective, we wouldn't see any games going to Steam, but it's just a couple. And even then, they're going to be there temporarily.
Because Borderlands 3 happened. Metro Exodus happened.
Metro Exodus was bullshit. That was like a last-minute thing.
World War Z happened. The Outer Worlds happened. Detroit Become Human happened. And I'll guarantee you, in fact, I will guarantee you, Rasheed Wallace reference, that Red Dead Redemption 2 will happen. Next things they tell me is Valve doesn't need to do anything.
Oh, finally. Oh, okay. So you're coming to our counter argument. Finally. Here we go. Here we go.
Valve doesn't need to do anything. Yup, Valve doesn't need to do anything. Just keep letting the competition get games, people.
If the games are only there temporarily, they literally don't have to do anything. Literally. Epic is just throwing out money for games that they can't even hold onto their platform permanently.
Valve doesn't need to do a damn thing. Only a corporate slave, the worst of the worst fanboys out there, would say that Valve doesn't need to do it. If Valve didn't need to do it,
no, someone who's looking at it from a business standpoint and wants to give you an explanation why, that's what they would say, honestly. Now, if I was Valve, I'd be a little more concerned if games were starting to get permanently locked to Epic Games Store. Then I'd be sweating a little bit.
Do anything, then you wouldn't be complaining about games not being on Steam, now would you? Next up, they say Epic is bribing people. Epic is bribing people? No, Epic is making good business deals. They're not bribing people.
I mean, they're making good business deals for the publishers, but for themselves, no.
When that other company offered me a job at a higher salary, were they bribing me to get me to leave my job and come to them? No. They were offering me a better financial deal. It's not bribery. It is completely legal to offer somebody more money.
Right, but they were offering you a permanent, like a position that's permanently better. You know, they weren't offering you a position where, 4 months down the line, you were going to be making the same amount of money you were making at your other job.
It is completely legal for the Phillies to offer more money than the San Francisco Giants. It is completely legal for the Seahawks to offer Russell Wilson more money than other teams. It is
Oh, I'm done, guys. I can't do it. This is terrible. Like, oh, God. I've suffered. I did not have a single bit of fun this stream. Not like I did yesterday. Yesterday was an amazing stream, but tonight, I have not had any fun on this stream. Bond is so boring. And he says nothing. Nothing. I think he just wants to be a contrarian. I think he just wants to rile people up. That's it. That's all he's doing. I'm sorry to the live chat. Like, ugh, the stream was so lame. I don't think I even want to keep it up. You know, I would rather have just uploaded a video today. Bond is boring. Bond is very, very fucking boring. And I'm a lot more interested in critiquing Bond's character than I am his own stances on things. Because Bond's character is... He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit, and I got a video coming out on that. But I'm getting tired, and I really don't want to keep talking about Black Bond. Ugh. Yeah, no, he's been around for a long time. He makes Colt Eastwood sound reasonable. yeah, he does. Oh God. Oh, let's look at the super chats that I never got a chance to look at. By the way, there was a bit today, not as much as yesterday, but that's okay. I think super chats are only warranted if the stream is actually fun, and this stream wasn't that fun. So fair is fair. $2 from Mixed Bricks. I love Adolf Hitler. Okay. A2. Oh, I've never seen that before. I'm just gonna say it's $2. Can't stay long, but have a bit of money. Well, thank you. Thank you. Mwah. Mwah. $2 from the Savage. Bond is nominated in 2019's Corporate Slave Awards. # Born in Broadband Bond. $3 from Shanzi. Take my money. Oh, I wish you would leave a bigger message for me to read. $1 from Professor Chance. Another $1 from Professor Chance. Thank you. $2 from Salvador Hernandez. Who are you? Me? What do you mean, who am I? Oh. $2 from Goth Kazoo. BlackB0nd. This is how this is how works. God damn it. I really wish I wish I would have read that live, but Alex was really holding me back from, pausing more and just really ripping and more, ripping Bond's logic apart more. Alex is a married man. He's got a kid. He had to make the stream snappy. So, $5 from the Savage Lobo. Believing. Oh, I already read that one. $5 from the Savage Lobo. $2 from the Savage Lobo. Believe it. No. Sorry, I missed that. $2 from the Savage Lobo. He wants you to be in the 2019 Corporate Slave Awards. Go for it, Bond. Nobody watches you. Like, your channel's dead in the water. Like, I surpassed you. And I just love rubbing it in Bond's face. Like, look, Bond, you've been on YouTube for this long. I've been on YouTube for this long. I have more credibility. I'm a much more liked YouTuber. You're a fucking soy boy. Like, you just... When Bond goes to the bar, and I was trying to talk about this. When Bond goes to the bar, and he's trying to pick up on the young 20-year-old college girls, he sits right next to him. He's like, "Hey, baby, let me get you a bottle of soy. Let me get you a cup of soy." $1 from J. No, message retracted. I guess dollar was taken back. That's fine. Oh god. So I have a cool announcement for everyone here in the live chat right now. Ending the stream now. I don't think I'm probably gonna unlist this one, not keep it up, because it's not that fun of a stream. It was kind of dull. Wasn't that fun. I have better streams coming for you in the future that were as fun as the one that was yesterday. I didn't get to use enough soy references or talk about soy, black soy Bond. I don't know. I don't have a way of incorporating soy into his name. I let the chat come up with creative ones. The soy memes, they were dead, but they came to life last night. It was insane. Born in broadband Bond. Chat was the most fun. Yeah, the chat had a lot. You guys were going crazy. Yeah, but we will have another stream like yesterday's again in the future. I don't want to stream too much because videos first for me, and streams are put on the back burner because I like giving you guys videos more than I like doing streams, because honestly it feels like, I don't know, it feels like you guys just are too generous during these streams. You guys were so generous yesterday. It was insane. And I kind of feel guilty when I stream because your guys' generosity makes me feel guilty. Like, oh my god, these guys are just handing out money. I'm not like Amaranth, I'm not like Amaranth that off the camera I go and I'm like, oh my god, I made all this money and I didn't do anything. When I get off the camera, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta put this money back into the channel and invest in stuff for the channel, because that's what I like to do for everyone. Soy Bond Westwood. Hashtag Soy Bond. He can barely hit 3,000 views a video. His channel is dying. Oh yeah. Hey, speaking of which, what does Bond's social blade look like real quick? Let's look at that. Let's look at his social blade. BlackB0nd. He's got 12 million views. He started his channel in 2009. He's been here for 10 years? Close to 10 years. Oh man. That's sad. That is sad. That is just fucking sad. Wow. 10 fucking years Bond has been on YouTube. He's bleeding subs. He gained some, bleeds some. It's not that bad. Weapon wheel. Let's look at weapon wheel. Hold on. My 10-year legacy. Yeah. BlackB0nd's 10-year legacy, dude. Wow, dude. Bugged view mechanics. Oh no. We're getting DSP memes now. Here's Weapon Wheel Podcast. Let's see how they're doing. The last 30 days, I lost 214 subscribers. It's just bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, let's see how our boy Franco's doing. God, now the stream is getting fun. Now things are getting fun. I have more fun just talking to you guys. Oh. 56. He's been losing a sub a day. That's his average, losing a sub a day. The last 2 days have not been nice to him. It's not as bad as I originally thought it would be. Ooh, Mundane Matt. Mundane Matt. Should we do Mundane Matt? Everybody in the chat, type to see who's the next YouTuber you want to see, like their social blade. And I'll look them up to see how they're doing in the chat. Oh, he changed it to Matt Jaro. That's right. Because he thought that would cleanse him of something. Oh! Oh, see this negative drop in views, in the video views right here? This means he deleted a video. That's usually what that means. Oh my god. Wow. Bond's personality, $2 from Dakota Uden. Bond's personality is like desaturated. I'm saving that one. I'm stealing your meme. Your meme is now mine. This meme is now mine. $2 from Scarecrow 443. Do you type with just your index fingers? No, I type with my popsicle stick. How would I type with my fingers? Oh, my stick is pushing stuff. JTech TV. Oh, okay, let's check JTech TV. I almost forgot JTech TV existed for a bit. What the fuck? Man, there's just days he's not even earning subs at all. In the last 30 days... Okay, in the last 30 days, JTech earned 18 subs. How many did I earn in the last 30 days? Yes, I searched myself on Social Blade. That's why I'm there. Yes. I've earned 1,152 in the last 30 days. Awesome. Mwah. Amazing. Beautiful. DSP? You guys want DSP next? Oh god. Now what have we done? Now we've turned this into just a chill stream where we just roast people. I love it. I love it. That's what I live to do. Is be a negative person. Just like David DeFranco said, Fertenga's a negative person. He makes this platform worse. Yes, I am. Oh, his soy-ridden mouth. Disgusting. Well, DSP is not too bad, but when you end up losing more subs at the end of the month, yeah, you're not doing good. I end up gaining more subs at the end of the month. Oh wait, which one is this? Oh, this is his OG. Oh, let's look at the other one. This DSP Gaming is the one he uploads to now, I think. There we go. Oh, damn. That's sad. He actually ends up earning subs. Fuck. That's sad. He still gets subs. That's terrible. That sucks. Oh, no. Crap Gamer. Everybody wants Crap Gamer. All right, let's do Crap Gamer next. Philip DeFranco. Philip DeFranco. I don't know. Okay, we'll look him up in a bit, hon. Crap Gamer. Ah, sad. None of these guys earn as many subs as I do in 30 days. And they're way bigger than me. Well, I wouldn't say he's way bigger than me, but he's definitely bigger. And his videos suck. They're fucking garbage. Let's see. What did Philip DeFranco do, guys? I'm out of the loop on that one. If the chat could tell me what Philip DeFranco has done, I'd like to know why he would be losing subs. Oh my! Okay, he's still earning subs ultimately at the end of the day, but look at these drops. What is this about? What happened? Let's look at that date. 4/9. Huh. What did he do? What's this guy doing? What's going on with Philip? Oh, he has DeFranco in his name. Now check TSP's credit record. No. If I checked his credit record, I would probably end up crying and feeling really bad for the guy. You know? He's now got a girl that his credit can align with. Poor cat. She's in for a rude awakening. Morgana Days? Oh, that's Brandon, right? That's who Morgana Days is, right? Yeah, that's Morgana Days. Poor little Morgie. I think he's doing alright. Yeah, see, he's doing fine. 49 and 30 days. Not bad. About 65,000 views at the end of the month. Alright, he's doing alright. He's doing alright for himself. Check MGB. Who's MGB? Why would I check Rags? Rags is doing amazing. Like, I don't think there's any reason Rags would be losing subs at all. Oh yeah, no way. No fucking way. See, he's doing just fine. 5,000 subs in 30 days. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's doing great. Broken Games HD. We already looked up Weapon Wheel. They're doing fine. Mr. NoobTube Gamer? He's changed his YouTube name to something else. I don't remember what it is. You guys have funny vines, right? No. MGB went from Xbox ass kisser to Sony ass kisser. Who's MGB? This guy? I don't know who MGB is. Wow, this guy has not... Whoever this is, they have not gained a single subscriber. Ever. By the looks of it. Damn. I remember when my subscriber growth rate was like that. Jesus, it took forever to ever earn anything. It sucked. It's terrible. Like, really, you really have to work for it on YouTube. You just can't be complacent. Like Steam and Valve. According to BlackB0nd. Look up Colt Eastwood. Oh, Colt Eastwood's doing just fine. That guy's... He's skyrocketing. Like, he's winning every fucking day. He's not losing a single subscriber. See, he's doing fine. Oh, wow. He only earned 1 today. Oh. Okay. Well, he's doing good. 2,030 days. That's good. It's very good. I meant Bones. What? Next Gen 720. Oh, now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Let's see how Next Gen is doing. Wow, he's got more videos of you. Oh, so that's his subscriber count. I've always wondered what his sub count was. It's 15,000. Oh, so I surpassed him a while ago then. Oh, Oxhorn. That's one we should look up. Oxhorn, yeah. Oh, this guy's losing subs. He lost 33 in 30 days. Oh, what a retard. Oxhorn. I really want to see Oxhorn. Oh, man. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, boy. Oh, boy! Oh, it's not that bad. It could be worse. It could be much worse. What's his like and dislike ratio look like right now?
For coming out. It was a lot of fun.
Let's see. Let's see what his like and dislike ratio looks like real quick. I'm curious to know. I know I just found out about drama behind him because I broke away from the Fallout community for a bit, right? So I wasn't keeping track of what any of the Fallout YouTubers were doing, and now I just found out. It just came into fruition. Like, I just found out. Oh, wow. For someone who's been copyright striking people, apparently that's not that bad. Oh, okay. You can definitely see that there's some there.
In our last...
Oh, man, this guy, wow.
It's late.
Wow, really not that bad. I thought it'd be worse. I really did. I thought it would be like as bad as it's going for for David DeFranco. His is not doing well at all. Larry has the biggest hate boner for Molyneux. Well, Stefan Molyneux's the retard. Like, Stefan Molyneux's terrible. Oxhorn and his shady dealings to Thomas Beckett and others. Huh. Some ordinary gamers. Wow. Oh, Larry Bundy Jr. Yeah, Larry Bundy Jr. is great. I love him. He's a part of the detractor community too. So I love him. Oh, does the typing of do my cherry keys, do they hurt your ears? Yeah, I have pretty loud cherry keys. Oh, It's a Gundam is skyrocketing. He's doing amazing on YouTube. I've been watching Gundam. I was watching Gundam when he was smaller than me. I was a fan of Gundam. Yeah, he's doing great. 5,000 in the last 30 days. 2 million views in the last 30 days. He's doing well. He's doing perfectly fine. I thought, see, originally I wanted to do this just so we could look up YouTubers doing shitty things and seeing how their channel's dying because of it. Not good YouTubers. Horizon Zero down. Do one McJugger Nuggets. Oh, that sounds familiar. Charlie, stop sniffing my foot. I will slap the console fanboyness out of you. McJugger Nuggets. He's fine. Why are you guys asking me to look up YouTubers who are doing all right? Let's look up the ones who fucked up. Real. Andy Warski. Andy Warski. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing, my friend? Oh my. Oh. He still ended up making more subs at the end of the month. I don't know how that makes sense, though. Because look at these drops. Holy fuck. Andy Warski went full alt-right, if I'm correct. Like, he just starts calling people the full hard R N-word, and this guy just went full alt-right. He's a piece of shit. He wanted his friend to kill someone live on stream. Oh, man. Review Tech USA is doing fine. I'm not going to look him up. Leafy is here. How is Leafy doing? He hasn't been on YouTube in a long time. Yeah, let's see. Oh, he's not doing good at all. And he's still, man, he's still raking in anywhere from $500 to $8,000 a month. Maybe. No, not really. Wow. But, man, he's... Yeah. Man, if I had a subscriber count as high as Leafy's, I would not let that channel die. And he's just let it die. Like, he hasn't had any spikes on his channel since 2017. Nothing. Wow. Filthy Frank. Oh, man. R.I.P. Filthy Frank. It's Filthy Frank, motherfucker. Yeah, I was a Filthy Frank guy back in high school. Who wasn't? What's going on with Quinton Reviews? What strike thing? Has Quinton Reviews placed a copyright strike on someone? I'm not aware of it. It's not letting me open up Filthy Frank. There we go. He's still earning even though he quit YouTube. He's still earning. So he's doing just fine. Someone brought up another one that I wanted to look up. Not Keemstar. Oh, Quinton Reviews, right. That's what I was going to look up. This is the laziest end of a stream, but like I'm having fun, oddly enough. Oh, Quentin, you did something. You did something awful. I don't know what you did, buddy, but you done something bad. That's a pretty good amount of subs to lose. Wow. What did Quentin do, guys? I am out of the loop. Snort Burnell. I know Snort Burnell's doing just fine. Oh, H3. He must have lost subs. He must be losing subs. I don't know, maybe. He has too much love on his side. He's fine. He's earning more subs per month than I ever will. Oh, Sons of Kojima? Oh, yes. Let's do it. I wonder how they're doing. Is it SOK or Sons of Kojima, the whole name? I don't remember. Wow, 12,000. That's not that bad. They lost 28 subs in the last 30 days. I don't know how long ago they've uploaded. Oh, there's a new Filthy Frank. Really? Interesting. Oh, yeah. Very interesting. Let's do... They call me TXT. His channel's unlisted, I think. I'll do one more. I'll do like 2 more. No, I'm fine. 3 more. I'll do 3 more. Why would I do iDubbbz? iDubbbz should be fine. Oh. Let's see Fringy. How's Fringy doing? Oof. Yikes. Oh. That's not bad. That's really not that bad. He still gets 10,000 views at the end of the month, too. So, it's not bad. Infinite Retro. DRTE. Oh, Dr. Trey? How is Dr. Trey doing? Let's see. He's doing fine. Gosh, this guy doesn't get more than like 200 views a video. This is deader than dead. This is just bad. Brimstone! Okay, that's the last one. We're going to end it with Brimstone's Gaming. Let's end it there. Let's look him up. God, I feel like this is just vanity searching on my end. This, ugh. Oh, he ended up losing, I think. I don't remember he was at 1,500. Damn. Damn, that is depressing to look at. He's not even losing or earning subs a day. He's just, nobody's tuning in. Wow. Just like nobody's tuning in. Jesus Christ. Nobody's tuning in. That's sad. That's really sad. That's not fun to watch. This stuff like this actually makes me depressed because I remember what it was like to be there. I remember what it was like. Alright guys, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm out of manly Monster Energy drink. I'll debate whether I'll keep this live stream up or not. It really wasn't as fun as I wanted it to be. It was a lot more serious and a lot more business talky. It wasn't the kind of stream you'd expect from a personality like me, where I basically just spammed soy memes yesterday, and I wanted to do them today, but yeah. Send soy bond to the ranch. Wow. Oof, a little too far on that one, I think. BlackB0nd sucks the fun out of anything. Yeah, he did. I think it was BlackB0nd. Like, you can't even make a stream about BlackB0nd fun. That's hard. Like, how do you do it? How do you make a stream about BlackB0nd any fun? It just wasn't. Dude, keep it up for the people who want to watch it. I'll think about it. I might keep it unlisted and leave a link in the, I might keep it unlisted, but I'll leave a link open for everyone to go see it. And I'll probably take monetization off of it. But yeah. Anyway, it's been fun, guys. It's been fun having you. Well, it's been okay. But it was great seeing all of you guys and your gorgeous, sexy faces. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Okay, we're good. Yeah. It was great seeing you guys and all of your gorgeous, sexy faces. I will be seeing you guys probably Friday or Saturday with the video. I have something coming up for you guys. Hey, my mic didn't cut out. Did you guys notice that? My mic didn't cut out from the soy this time. The soy was cleaned off. So good. Okay, guys. Thanos says good night. Good night, everybody. And I'll be seeing all of you guys again very soon. Let me end this. Bye-bye.